Hey, this is going to be the final episode of my blind old school RuneScape playthrough that I recorded way back in like 2021. I've been talking about it in the conclusion of recent videos, but the main reason I ended up quitting old school RuneScape at the time was that I was running out of things to do, and then I did Leagues 3, and in Leagues 3 I did literally everything there was to do in the game, and it burned me out, and I quit because I got Dragon Cup, and there was like no desire to go back and play on the live servers. So this video is all of the clips up until the moment I stopped playing, and then I include a handful of clips from the end of Leagues 3 also. Mainly focus on me doing Corrupted Gauntlet in Leagues 3 and also my attempts at the Inferno. The truth of the story is that, like many players, I ended up burning out and not achieving my goals, even though I got really close. I only had like a couple things left to do. But I think seeing the Leagues 3 content is going to be a pretty satisfying conclusion, even if the reality is less satisfying. Getting Dragon Cup in that league really felt like I had done everything there was to do, and I was done with the game. And aside from the Inferno and like the final floor of the Grand Sepulchre, there wasn't really anything I did in the leagues that I hadn't also done on the live servers anyway. So I'll make sure I put some timestamps in the description for the section that's from leagues, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to summarize what my plan is to continue recording old school RuneScape content. I do eventually want to revisit the Bonfire Man. I think it's a really cool concept, but what I really want to see right now is all of the content that they've added between 2022 and 2025. There's amazing stuff in the game right now. People are calling it the golden age of RuneScape. I want to see it so bad. So stick around for the conclusion to hear exactly what the plan is with that. But in the meantime, let's get back to 5 Corrupted Gauntlet kills per day, the game. Okay, I am back from the most phenomenal fuck up of my entire experience playing on RuneScape. Guess you only make that mistake once, and it could have been much worse. So I did make it twice back to back in my panic. So I found the VOD the last time I did Sacred Eels was at 3,250 hours played, which is like over 100 hours ago. And at the time I loaded up my blowpipe and it said that I had 11,998 scale. Looking through the VODs list, I think the only content I've done that's significant with the blowpipe since then has been clue scrolls. I'm double checking that, but I think that's true, yeah, because it's all been rune dragons and master farmers, stuff that doesn't involve range and doesn't involve the blowpipe. So I definitely want to round that down. I'm not going to buy back 12,000 scales. I'm going to do fewer than 12,000 scales, but I need to figure out how many fewer. Just making 100% sure that I didn't miss content that I was doing with the blowpipe. So if we call that 12,000, I'm going to be really conservative and say that I've used 3,000 scales since then, which is unlikely, because that would mean that I used the blowpipe a shitload, a bunch of random clue scrolls. It looks like I only use 30 at a time, but we'll include this as part of the punishment for me being stupid. I'm going to buy 9,000 scales. Let's see how much that runs me here. Okay, another 1.2 mil or so. I think that's... Oh, I lost all the... Oh my god. Oh, significantly worse. I completely forgot. My blowpipe was loaded with amethyst darts. It had 16,000 amethyst darts in it. Yeah, no, it did. It totally did. That represented hours of amethyst darts. Let me see if I can figure out exactly how many amethyst darts it was, but it was it was a lot. Holy shit. Yup. 16,383. What does that even cost? Oh no. Oh no. Is this going to be all of my profits from rune dragons? Close to it. 6 million. I have to buy them back. I cannot. Yeah, I'm just going to buy them back. This is... How much have I made from rune dragons? This might actually equal my profit from rune dragons. I don't think it's that bad, but okay. It doesn't equal my profit from rune dragons, but wow. What a colossal mistake. 5.76 million. I don't have a choice, I don't think. So, just to summarize, I think this has cost me close to 10 million gold, and I have to fight Vorkath until I get another Vorkath's head, which is going to have to be pretty high priority. That might have to supplant... I'll try to do Corrupted Gauntlet as well, but both of those kinds of content are stressful, so maybe I'll have to do some makeup one way or the other. Yeah, I have made a mistake. I have erred, and the person that killed me had the best day of their life, PK-wise. I'm going to end up in a compilation or something. Well, I got to step away now that the damage has been assessed. I still have 2 more Corrupted Gauntlet kills to do. Sad I lost the old clue scroll, too, on top of everything. This has set me back 2 bonds towards paying everything back. Could be worse, I guess. But it could also be a whole hell of a lot better. I'll see you. Bye. Okay, I think I've emotionally recovered from the biggest mistake I've ever made. I'm going to go finish up my Corrupted Gauntlet kills, and I'm probably going to take a break. Probably need to step away from the game. I didn't realize that Amethyst Darts had a buy limit of 11,000, so I guess I have to wait for the rest of these to buy. But you can see the order here. I'm such a colossal idiot. I'm so stupid. I wish that clue scroll hadn't dropped. I guess now I've learned the lesson forever, but did I lose my rune pouch? I don't think so. I think I just pulled my runes out. Okay, thank God. I thought I lost my rune pouch. That would have been really bad. Okay, well I got the tier 3 armor achievement, at least. So today wasn't a total loss. Now I keep like leaving and restarting over and over to try to go for it for no reason. Like it was not worth going for that at all, but it's done now, so now I can always do tier 2 and just not think about doing that ever again, which sounds freaking great, to be honest. Not making any armor. Less than 7 minutes 30 seconds. That's not happening. Alright, one more kill and I gotta step away and breathe for a bit. Alright, there's the end of my 5kc for the day. Let's get the heck off of the server, shall we? I technically have a farming run to do, but I'm still a little bit too rattled to significantly keep playing RuneScape today, so I think I'm just going to sign off there. When I come back, maybe we'll do some Vorkath or something. I guess it's kind of nice to have a reason to care about Vorkath again. Okay, it's still the same day. I've had a little bit of time to mourn. I'm going to go give Vorkath a shot here. I haven't done it in a while, so hopefully it goes fine. It should be fine. There's an elite clue scroll, which I kind of have PTSD for now. Alright, elite casket. Well, it's less exciting now that I just got one, but okay. Other blacksmith helm. Hey, it's a new day. I slept in. I've been feeling a little down on RuneScape after that mistake. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I might skip my Corrupted Gauntlet kills today and do them tomorrow. I don't want to let that build up too much, but I do have the number that I need on that calendar. Looks like I bought my remaining 4,000 Amethyst Darts, so that is done. Painful as it was. Let me refill my new pipe. So I think in the end, I effectively have lost 1,000 darts and several thousand scales, in addition to the gold cost, because just out of an abundance of caution, I bought fewer than I probably actually had in the blowpipe, which sucks, but, you know, what are you going to do? I would very much like to get my assembler back, so I think I'm just going to go hard on Vorkath when I have a chance to play until I get it. So I'm going to go work on that. I know I have farming runs to do, but until I'm made whole again, I can't just think about playing this game normally. So I just want to get my shit back together if possible. Well, I died. I don't know what I think it's a flat 100k at Vorkath. Just got an elite clue scroll, which kind of triggered by now. I've got non-clinical PTSD. Oh, and it's a wilderness. It's the one that got me killed before. I'm not on a high-risk world, right? No, I'm not.
I'm glad you checked.
Thank you, Andrea. I told Andrea about this because yesterday I was pretty bummed as a result. Let's go do this. And double and triple check that I'm not going to get stacked out and lose all my items. Okay, I have an elite casket and a master casket. Let's go here. Elite casket. Motherfucker has another master clue scroll in it, so.
No backpack?
Oh, not yet, no.
Master Casket is terrible. Actually worth less than the Elite Casket. Bummer. Well, I'll do this Master Clue once I get another Elite Casket. Just had a really lucky kill and got the Speed Chaser achievement, so that's cool. 1:10:20, which I think I beat my previous personal best by like 10 seconds. Neat. It's pretty neat. Still no head drop. I got another Elite Clue Scroll, so go do that. Then I have to do the Master Clue. I just want to get my backpack back. What's that, Andrew?
So it doesn't sound like you got a backpack.
No, it's not my assembler. I haven't gotten my backpack back. It's very painful. I'm on a kill count 139, and I have never gotten a backpack drop.
So, question.
Yeah.
Would you have preferred the, bad guys to get the backpack, or are you okay with it just being destroyed?
I'd rather at least something they get out of it, but no, it just gets destroyed.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, I got a Master Casket and an Elite Casket. Let's see what we got here. Master Casket. Oh, that's new. Boots of Darkness. Huh. And is this like with a bowl wig? Yeah, I think I've gotten one of these before. It gives you that terrible bowl haircut. Boots of Darkness seem kind of cool, though. It's +3 magic. The same as Mystic, but cool fashionscape. Okay. How about the Elite Casket? Terrible. At least it didn't have another... Well, I would like to have more Master Clues, but I've been trying to get my stupid backpack back, and I keep getting these clue scrolls that I gotta go do. All right, I gotta step away. When I come back, probably more Vorkath. We will eventually make up the lost time from not doing Corrupted Gauntlet today, but for now, I just kind of want to get that done with. I'll see you later. Bye. My wife and I stepped away earlier and came back from Taco Bell, and I just did 50 back-to-back Vorkath kills, and I still don't have a drop. Technically, I'm at... Since getting the guaranteed one at 50 KC, I've done 139 kills with no drop, so we're approaching triple the drop rate once we get another 11 kills or so. I'll have to do the math to see how bad that is, but... Gonna stick with it. This is my penance for bringing shit into the wilderness. I brought this on myself. Hey, we got Vorkath's head finally on kill count 198. So, hey, we got the head. I'm gonna go ahead and make my assembler back, and then I'm gonna take a break because I played too much RuneScape today. Thanks, folks. There we go. Got my assembler back. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's go for the back-to-back. Let me go to Corrupted Gauntlet real quick. You give me the enhanced crystal weapon seed? No, you gave me an elite clue scroll. All right, about to open up this elite clue casket. So maybe there's something really cool in there. That would be neat. What we get? Nothing. Hey, good morning. It's a new day. We've got the assembler back. I'm down by 9. I need to make up for Corrupted Gauntlet kills from yesterday because I didn't do them. So I'm actually going to get back into farming as well. I think I need to replant my Addis seed. But yeah, we're going to start farming again. Just consider yesterday as like a making up for the lost day. I'm running out of Ultra Compost, so I'm going to have to mine some Volcanic Ash. I think I'm going to do that before I go do the Corrupted Gauntlet. I have no time to make armor, so I'm going to try the no armor kill, because why not? That's why not, because you get hit like a truck. We'll see. Yeah, this ain't happening. I'm going to die just due to lack of supplies. Yeah, just ran out of food. It's fine. Happens. All right, finished making up my kills from yesterday. I'm going to go do a farming run and then come back and do my kills for today. The elite clue. Step out to do that real quick. Yo, elite casket. What we get? Nothing. Okay, I got all my kills in. Cleaned up for not doing my full 5 kills yesterday. Still no drops. I'm going to go ahead and do a farming run, and then I'm going to take a break. Alright, I need something more robustly AFK than rune dragons. And it's probably too late in the day for me to do lava dragons, because I'm probably going to get PK'd. So I am going to do... Yikes, I'm going to go do agility. Because that also effectively gets me Herblore XP, which is good. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to withstand it, but that's what I'm going to do. Actually, before I do that, let me alch shit. Yeah, I really need to get my bank space back together. We'll do that first. Alright, all the alching is now done. It leaves us with about 9.3 million gold. Not all of that came from Vorkath, obviously, but let's pretend like we're caught up and try to forget me losing 10 million to walking into the wilderness. I do need to take a break. I mentioned doing agility, and that might still happen, but let me knock out this hard clue scroll real fast. I might see after doing this clue scroll if I can hold out for my farming run to come up, because it's like less than 20 minutes. I don't know what I can do that's going to take me less than 20 minutes, but... Alright, hard casket. Has a master clue. That's going to use up my time. It's almost like the game heard me. Thanks, game. Let's do it. One of these sucks, but none of them are terrible. It could be worse, basically. You know, I forgot the reason that I'm pretty sure the reason I made the Zamorak Godsword was for this clue step, because I was thinking, like, man, I feel like me going ahead and buying the Zamorak hilt was probably the most breaking of my rules that I've done, you know, because I had to do some stretching to justify it. But I'm pretty sure it was for this clue step, and it would have been comparable to what I was planning to do with the Bryophyta's Essence, and then just got super lucky and got the drop. I still do want to go back to Krill at some point before this playthrough is over and try to just get a hilt naturally and say that I've been borrowing this for, clue steps and a single encounter in Chambers of Xeric. I think I turned in like 9 Godsword shard sets for it. I have to check my spreadsheet. Alright, Master Casket. That's terrible. Alright, we go do this farm run, and then we're gonna probably just take a break. So maybe no agility. We'll see. As of a poll last year, players can now exchange spirit seeds with Guildmaster Jane for tier 5 seed packs. That's nice, because I have one. Fortunately, I grew my other ones into saplings. Oh, I have 10. Holy shit. Alright, well that's value right there. How about all of them? Sounds great. I already have all my spirit trees built. Alright, let's open all these. Yeah, we got a refund on one. Turn that in here in a second. Wonder if it'll let me turn in the saplings too. Let's see. It does. That's nice of them. I guess I'll leave one. I don't know why I might need one, but just in case they ever add content that has another spirit tree or something. Let's see, I think the loot tells me my seed packs for my current session. Oh, seed packs don't fuck around. 5 Snapdragons, 3 Celastris. Pretty good haul. Okay, farming run's done. I have another 40-something, 42 Snapdragon seeds to work through, so probably be pretty soon that I'll be done with those. I am going to step away for the rest of the day, probably do some more Corrupted Gauntlet and farming tomorrow. Bye. Hey, good morning. It's somewhat early in the morning today, but not super early. So I'm going to give Lava Dragons a bit of a try. But if we get PK'd, I'm going to bounce basically immediately. Obviously, let's do farming runs. It's the main priority. All right, farming run's complete. I'm going to go give... We'll see how Lava Dragons are at like 4:30 in the morning Pacific time. Oh, here's a PKer. Probably just killed that guy too. Fortunately, I just got here, so... Didn't see him in time to hop, unfortunately. I'm going to believe in him too much here, I think. I did make the mistake of not turning on a protection prayer right away, though. Okay, I died. I couldn't quite make it. If I had turned on protection prayer sooner, I probably could have gotten away. Grabbed it real quick. Curious to go see what they bothered to loot, you know? Probably the noted dragon bones, I would guess. 5 Ranar seeds, that's not bad. Well, looks like they took everything. I didn't really leave them too much, if I recall correctly. I might want to sit down, because I have a bajillion dragon stones from doing like rune dragons. I might just want to make a ton of amulets of glory so that I can like lose them without feeling any pain, you know. Did lose my green wizard hat, but I'm just gonna let that one go rather than craft another one. To pick up another anti-dragon shield here soon. Can't believe they took my pestle and mortar. Like, what a dick move. Also might have survived if I hadn't taken 40 damage from Vedion when I first got there. Forgot about that part too. Looks like I am able to hop basically while in combat here, so if I had noticed the guy sooner, but I'll keep that in mind that that's possible. I should mash my hotkey as soon as I see the player jumping over that stone. I'm gonna step away and take a break here. Doing pretty decently on kills. Let's see, I have a total of 199 kills, and I have 196 Lava Dragon Bones, which means that PKer got 3 kills worth of drops for me, which is not particularly significant. I want to get 3,000 lava scale shards total in the bank. That will let me turn all of my anti-fires into extended anti-fires, which is a big chunk of Herblore XP. It also gets the regular anti-fires out of my bank, which I would very much like to do. And then I probably want to keep going to like another 1,000 shards above that, just so that I can make super anti-fires once we're within boosting range, and I don't have to worry about tracking those ever again. Then we'll probably go back to Rune Dragons at some point after that, just for raw cash. When I come back from my break, we might go ahead and do Corrupted Gauntlet. We'll see. I might do a little bit more Lava Dragons because they're pretty AFK, and right now I'm still not getting harassed by anybody in the wilderness. Knock on wood. See ya. Got a PKer chasing me, but I think I'm going to make it out okay. We'll see. Got away that time. Nice. I wasn't able to hop when he showed up, but... Oh, perfect timing. My farming patches are ready now. I'll go do that. Whew, managed to hop away from a PKer. It wasn't so bad, just had to notice them spawn in on the tick that they appeared. They also were doing a hop next thing and hopped with me, so then I just picked a random server to hop away to. Okay, looks like we made it on that trip. I didn't realize, I was reading that, like, because of my Wilderness Hard Diary, that you're supposed to get 6 to 9 lava scale shards per crush. But I've gotten 9 shards on 159 crushes out of like 177 drops. And I guess it's because it scales with your Herblore level, and our Herblore level is extremely high. So that's really cool. I think I have enough lava scale shards to turn all of my banked anti-fires into extended anti-fires, so I'm probably going to do that. But I do have a farming run that just became available, and I'm almost done with my Snapdragons. So I think we're going to be hitting 94 Herblore very soon. which I'm extremely pumped about because that's my last level for Herblore. Then I can use a botanical pie to boost to make all the potions I want in perpetuity, and I don't have to level it anymore. I'm going to gear up for this farming run. I still have to do 5 corrupted gauntlet kills today. I'm aware of that. I just wanted to take as much advantage of low PKer population at lava dragons as I could. Alright, farming run complete. I'm going to make all of my extended anti-fires, and then we'll see what we're doing next. I'm going to go check out how many blue dragon dusts I can get from Nightmare Zone points. I don't know how many points I'm sitting on because I haven't touched this in hundreds of hours. But I might want to turn my remaining Lanthodimes entirely into super anti-fires to then turn into extended super anti-fires. I could get a chunk of them. I have enough to get as many as I have Lanthodimes. Okay, cool, easy. Here comes 94 Herblore, the final Herblore level. There it is. You can now make super anti-venoms, which I could already make, but now I can do extended super anti-fires if I make a Gulanova botanical pie, whatever, which I'm going to do. I think, alright, so I have 190 superior dragon bones from getting my assembler back, and I'm kind of tempted to just turn all of those into super anti-fires. It's kind of a shame to not use some of them for prayer, but I have other sources of prayer XP, and I don't have other sources of super anti-fires. And I'd like to have enough super anti-fires in my bank that I can just use them without thinking about it. Let me really quickly review. I think it's only 1 bone per potion. Is it that bad? Yeah, it's 1 bone per potion. Oof, okay. I guess that would get me 200 in my bank, and then I can turn them all into extended super anti-fires. Yeah, it's going to be painful, but fuck it. Let's just do it. I'll try to look away and not think about the prayer XP that I'm burning by doing this. But I'd love to be able to use super anti-fires without thinking about it, and right now I very much have to think about it, unfortunately. This means more time spent at Rune Dragons, I guess. Guess I wouldn't hate getting additional Herblore levels just because it'll make it less annoying to boost, but I don't particularly care about Herblore XP anymore now. Alright, I did the painful thing. I made 200 super anti-fires out of all of my superior dragon bones. Never going to make super anti-fires again if I can get away with it. I'm going to try to turn all of these into extended super anti-fires, and that gives me 20 hours of extended super anti-fire. No, more than that, because it's times 4. 81 hours. Yeah, that should last. I should be able to use those without thinking about it. I'm going to go make some botanical pies and turn them all into extended super anti-fires, and then probably drop them all to 1 dose. I guess I will end up... If I use all of these for fighting rune dragons, and I swap out the dragon shield for a defender, then I will use every last one of them. But I guess I'll also have a bunch of other resources, and maybe they'll die faster, so maybe I'll end up doing that. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, making extended super anti-fires. The final potion. So I only need 520 more lava scale shards to completely turn all of my super and regular anti-fires into extended versions. That's probably going to be my cutoff point to stop doing lava dragons, so I might go back to them right now. It works out that a corrupted gauntlet 5 KC is almost exactly equal to the amount of time that I need for a farming run to trigger. So I might head back over there for a trip or two to get up my farming run to start. Do that, 5 gauntlet KC, another herb run, and then finish off getting to 520 lava scale shards. Able to escape a PKer. It might be too late in the day for me to keep doing a lot of dragons, to be honest. And my farming run's about to be available, so hey, thanks, PKer. Perfect timing, I guess. In that case, I'll probably finish up these 520 shards tomorrow morning, when it's a little bit less crazy. Alright, I finished planting all of my snapdragons. Curious what the final prices on those. 11.3 million. Holy shit. Sometimes forget how much more expensive super restores are than prayer potions. It's going to suck because that's not really going to contribute to my herbal. Well, it's going to give me Herblore XP, but Herblore XP that I no longer care about. I got kind of impatient there with making the anti-fires. But we'll turn all those into super restores at some point when I need something pseudo AFK. And I'm hoping that those will be enough for all of the Inferno attempts. I'm currently planting Torstals. I want to burn through my entire Torstal stack because it's like conceivable that I could finish burning through it. I think it's like 11 more farming runs, which isn't that bad. I have like 500 Toadflax seeds, so I don't think I'm going to get through all of those. But I would like to make a comical number of Ceradomin brews, so again, I don't have to think about using them anymore. So that's probably on the docket. Torstals, Toadflax, and hopefully I'll get enough birdhouse runs in there that I'll be able to make most of my brews without having to go fight the giant mole, but worst case scenario, I will go fight the giant mole. It looks like we're up to like 200 bird nests right now, which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. Let's go get these 5 corrupted gauntlet kills out of the way. Cutting it close on that one. KC 145, Lucifer, are you there for me, buddy? Nope. Sure ain't. Okie dokie, my farming run's done. I've done my 5 KC for the day at Corrupted Gauntlet. I have to step away. Got new hardware for my stream setup that I have to install, so I'm going to start working on that. I'll see you around. Bye. Hey, I'm back. I'm going to go do farming run and more lava dragons, unless if it's crazy. Alright, I think I'm done with lava dragons. I got enough lava skill shards to turn all of my remaining anti-fires and super anti-fires into extended versions of themselves, so I'm going to sit at the bank and do that really quick. I need to do some AFK stuff today. This is my monthly stream work, big stream work day, so I'm going to have to look around to find an activity. Might be agility. I think it needs to be lower attention than rune dragons. Okay, this work was not great for agility. I ended up having to be really inefficient, unfortunately. I'm going to do this farm run real quick, and then I got to prep for stream. My work meant I ended up not getting to my corrupted gauntlet kills today, so I'll probably do double time tomorrow. See ya. Hey, good morning. I got to do 10 corrupted gauntlet today because I did not do any yesterday for my work. I will do that soon, but let me go do farming runs first. Alright, here we go. 10 gauntlet kills. Not looking forward to this. I'm out of time. I'm gonna have to leave, unfortunately. I just couldn't find a third boss. Hey, I got another crystal armor seed. That's extremely exciting. Finally have 2 of those. I'm dry on them. I should have 3 by now. But I might use that to make the pants. Well, I guess I'll just save up for the chest. I do in fact have 2 crystal weapon seeds, so I'm open to equivalent exchange those for armor seeds, and I'll probably end up doing that if I get the enhanced crystal weapon seed early, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. I screwed up my weapon creation here, so I probably should just quit out, but I'm gonna see how long I can go. I just didn't have enough resources. That's unfortunate. There's 150 Corrupted Gauntlet KC, which gets us the achievement Grandmaster, Corrupted Gauntlet Grandmaster. Neato. I have farming runs to do, so I'm going to do that real quick. Hey! There's my Crystal Armor Seed. Okay, I've been feeling pretty bummed about bad luck so far. Crystal Armor Seeds and being behind on the drop rate, but we are now officially caught up on the drop rate, so cool. I can make a Crystal Body now. I'll probably do that later. Oh hey, I thought I had one more to go. That was my last kill. I'm caught up. Beautiful. I'm probably gonna go make my crystal body here, because I can do that. Pretty good productive day here. Crystal armor get. Very cool. So I need 2 more minimum. I guess I'd also like to get the helmet. Actually, technically, I can already get the pants because I can equivalent exchange my 2 crystal weapon seeds. I prefer to not do that just because it would cost me a shitload of money. It's like 16 million. But I could technically do it, and I'll keep that on the table if we get the weapon seed, the enhanced weapon seed early. As much as Corrupted Gauntlet is painful, I might want to stay here until I get 2 enhanced weapon seeds. Someone in my Discord, Shambles, got 2 super early. Got like 1 on their very first clear on their Iron Man. And it would be cool to have the Blade of Sildar because it's the best in slot slash weapon and it's not degradable once you corrupt it. And I'm going to have no problem getting enough crystal shards to corrupt everything. Anyway, it's exciting to have this piece. I just need to get hopefully 2 more armor seeds. And I will leave myself open the option to turn these weapon seeds into armor seeds by equivalent exchanging them on the Grand Exchange later. I'm going to do this farming run right quick and probably take a break and find out what I'm doing next. Maybe do this beginner clue scroll to get it out of my bank and get rid of these bird's eggs. Do the bird's eggs real fast. Shitty beginner casket, as always. Just going for clear count. Offering these eggs. All right, I'm gonna take a break. Don't know what I'm doing when I come back. Something, probably. We're almost done with planting Torstol, which is nice. I'm probably going to end up with about 1,000 Torstol, which is good because I've been kind of paycheck to paycheck on Torstol for a long time. I might turn 500 of those into super combat potions and use the remaining 500 for anti-venom plus. Let me remind myself. I think those are the only 2 potions that matter for Torstol, right? Oh, Samarak Brews, but we're not fucking around with that. Oh, and I can make anti-venom pluses without boosting now. That's cool. I'd have to actually make the regular anti-venoms, which is easier said than done. My hope is that once I get the F-bow, I'd probably want to spend some time at Zulrah to get the elite combat achievements and to get a Serpentine Helm, which I don't really need, but would be nice to have for stuff like melee Vorkath. But if I do that, then hopefully I'll get a good stash of more antidote pluses, and I can make a whole bunch of anti-venoms and have plenty of Torstols to spend on it. Hey, I'm back. I think I'm going to do Rune Dragons. Alright, I'm at the end of my play day because I got to prep for stream. I'm going to go harvest all these herbs and then step away. This will actually be the end of my Torstol run, so that's rather exciting. I'll do a price check on those before we sign off. Alright, let's see. Total Torstal count at the end of all this was 1,071, which is pretty nice. That's about 7.7 million gold worth of Torstals. I am going to clean all those and turn most of them into super combats. Probably want to actually do 500. That seems like way too many anti-venoms since I only need them for like 2 bosses. But I'll do a huge chunk of them are going to go to super combats. I don't know if I'm going to go through all 500 Toadflax seeds, but it would be great to... I think I then could say I'm never going to have to farm again, or I'm not going to have to farm for like over 1,000 hours, because those are all the herbs that I need.
Hey, good morning. It's a new day. I'm do a farm run, and I have to do Corrupted Gauntlet, but I'm going to eat some breakfast first, so I might do like agility or something while I eat my sandwich. See ya.
Alright, there's my 5kc for the day. I guess I'll do this farming run first, but I have about 7 minutes until I can do it. We'll see how much time's left after I do the birdhouse.
Hey, good morning. It's a new day. I'm just going to try to do farming and Corrupted Gauntlet today, I think. I might be able to have some room for something AFK. We'll see. Alright, those are my 5 kills for the day. 165 total KC, and nothing, I assume. Yeah, nothing. 752k worth of drops. I've been doing these faster, I think, because I've got 8 minutes until my farming run. Usually you can fit almost exactly 5 Corrupted Gauntlet runs in there. And I have died a few times, but I think in like the last 100 kills, I've only died due to like preparation issues. I've never died due to just fucking up the final phase with all of my stats and with plenty of food remaining, right? That feels pretty good. I'm gonna knock on wood, now that I've said that I'm going to die tomorrow. But in any case, I think I'm going to go do these barley seeds, and I'm going to try to find a stopgap thing to do. Maybe I'll continue alching to make up time until the farming run is available. I might go use up all my lava dragon bones, just so that my calculator is correct for the number of dragon bones I need in the bank to hit 96 prayer. Let me go do this beginner clue scroll. I'm not expecting to get drops from those, I'm just trying to get the kill count on it up, and maybe collect some of the uniques, although that's not super important. My reason for wanting to do the Wildy Altar is it's like crazy early in the morning right now, so it's probably a good time to do Wildy content. 21 mine runes. Finished all of my lava dragon bones, which is my main objective, but I'm also going to go through my leftover dragon bones just so we can get a close to accurate count of how many rune dragons to kill here. Alright, made it through all my lava dragon and regular dragon bones without getting PK'd. Without even getting attacked, actually. I saw some skulled people a couple times, but I hopped before they were able to do anything to me. That was 64% of the way to 93. I might actually want to bail out from rune dragons and finish getting 93 partway through. I think because at 93, the Holy Wrench gives me an extra prayer point. Not super significant, but, you know, whatever. I would like to get rid of my other prayer stuff. Go ahead and identify these fossils just to get them not showing up in my banked XP calculator as prayer XP. And I'll go try to do these in sold heads. Alright, clear through some of my fossils here. Okay. And sold heads have been completely burned through. I'm happy to see can't fight any items for this skill. It also saves me some bank space. We do Chaos Altar, we say we want to get to 96, and we do Dragon Bones. And I'm showing 5,375 dragons. So probably make that 5,500. I've currently got 1,500 kills. So it'll be 2,000, 7,000 rune dragons killed. I guess if I don't have the DFS by then, which I probably won't, but if I don't have it by then, that would be the point where I say, hey, fuck it, let's do another 1,000 just for funsies. Yo, I'm back. I'm gonna go try rune dragons for a bit. Hey there, it's a new day. I don't have a ton of time to play today, but I'm going to try to knock out farming run 5 corrupted gauntlet kills. Off we go. Okay, there's my 5 kills for the day. Let's go do a farming run. Still nothing. 170 KC. We're not even halfway to the drop rate, so now is not the time to complain. Coming up on 84 Hunter here, exclusively from bird nests. Very cool. I think that means that I can barehand something without having to boost. I have to double check. I remember being 1 level short before. Probably will not end up getting another Hunter level from bird nests. I will likely stop once I finish planting all these toad flax, but that's a very long ways off, so... I'm out of Karambwans. I don't have a ton of time to play today, but I have a little bit of time here, so I might start working on buying more raw ones. At least want to tap out all of my Taibo Wanai village teleports, and then see what's going to have to go into buying Karambwans without those teleports. I imagine that's going to be a nightmare. Finished getting 1,000 Karambwans from my scrolls that I already had in the scroll book. I don't really have enough to keep doing this. I'm about to run out. I only have 28 left, which would be 28 times 25 more Karambwans, which is 625. Yeah. So I'm going to try trading sticks. I'll try bringing a smarter set of items this time for trading sticks than I did before, which is almost certainly going to require stamina pots. It's too bad I turned all of my red topaz into burning amulets. I probably could have done most of them, but saved some for this purpose for trading sticks. I just didn't think about it. I don't know if I'm ever going to use 412 burning amulets. I guess it's nice to not have to worry about it at all. If I had been smart, I would have been... shoot. It's too late now. So if I had been smart, every time I teleported here with the scroll book, I would have brought a stack of Jads with me, so I could just get a huge stack of trading sticks. I guess I can still do that with my few remaining teleports. There's no reason for me to hold on to them, I guess. So once I run out of trading sticks for sending these Karambwans back to the bank, I think I will do that. Hey, good morning. It's a new day. I'm going to go do Corrupted Gauntlet. Really sounds like a broken record for you watching in the future. Alright, there's my 5 KC for the day. We're up to KC 175 and got nothing, I assume. Yeah, nothing. I'm not feeling super motivated to do rune dragons at the moment. I might, though, continue trying to get trading sticks and Karambwans. I got a decent number of them. This is going to fund me for 100 trips, I think. 100 deposits of Karambwans, which is equal to like 2,500 of them, which is a sixth of how many I need. Okay, and I'm officially out of Taibo when I teleport scrolls, so I am gonna try to burn through these sticks. Alright, I have 2,746 Karambwans in my bank. That's gonna last about half that many dragons, if I'm doing my math right. It's like 1,350 dragons or so. I was able to cook about 700 of them, and now I'm over it for now. Probably just go into a mode where I spend some time getting Karambwans when I need them, rather than cooking a billion of them. I want to have like 1,000 of them left over once I finish the Rune Dragon grind, because I'd like to just be able to have them available for other activities and tick eating and the like. Or combo eating, I should say. It's time for farming run, so I'm gonna do that real quick. I do intend to do Rune Dragons, it's just that the task is feeling kind of daunting at the moment. I've actually done 500 additional Rune Dragons since finishing the 92 prayer grind. And I, for some reason, mentally was converting this to 200 Rune Dragons. I thought I'd stopped off at 1,500, but I stopped off at more like 1,250. So I should feel invigorated. I should go for it. I probably will go for it soon. We'll see when that happens. I'll catch you around. Bye. Hello, good morning. It's actually ridiculously early in the morning today. I just can't sleep, so. And I haven't been getting up early to play RuneScape because I'm not super, like, excited about Rune Dragons or any of the stuff that I'm currently doing. So I'm gonna go do a farming run, I'm gonna go do my Gauntlet kills, and then I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do for the rest of the morning. Elite Clue Scroll, which I have some PTSD for, but let's go ahead and do it. Musketeer Pants again, okay. I was on the Target world, which is a wilderness-related world, but I think it's significantly less dangerous than the high-risk world. But I remembered to switch off of it. Today I learned entering the Gauntlet removes a skull. That's cool. I got my 5 kills for the day. Well, that sucks. That uses up a lot of my profit for the day. Basically, I should teleport out the instant I hit 29 health, no matter what, because 29 health is the exact max hit that can kill me. This is going to cost me like 300k, if I recall correctly. Bringing the Dragon Warhammer makes this stuff hard. I don't die very often. I think this is my second death in 1,700 dragons, but I've played with danger when I've hit 29 health a couple times in the past, because I figure it's a pretty low chance of getting hit for exactly that amount, but still. Probably should be more careful. No reason to risk it. Oh, I guess I should discuss this. So, I have a year subscription. I just went ahead and grabbed it when I came back from my long break. So buying bonds and redeeming them for this account seems kind of pointless, because I'll probably be done long before the sub runs out. But I would like to redeem bonds for the Group Iron account that we're going to make. I think I talked about this a little bit. I'm not going to record very much of that, and if I do, I'll probably like integrate it into these recordings. Like I'll switch to that account, show you what's going on with it, and then switch back. I'll like keep the timer paused or something like that. I think that's probably the smarter way to do it for now. But anyway, I bring it up to say that I still need to repay my bond debt, and I just need to buy the bonds and then destroy them. I don't think I necessarily need to redeem them to this account. So I'll likely end up using those bonds for this alt account. I need to figure out how that works, because I honestly have no idea. But yeah, maybe that's what I'll do, is the bonds that I have to buy with gold here to pay back my group split debt, I'll use to keep the group iron running. I think that makes perfect sense.
Hey, good morning. I did not log into RuneScape at all yesterday. I had a rough day, so I need to do 10 Corrupted Gauntlet clears. I'm gonna go do my farming run, do 5, do a farming run, and do the remaining 5.
Yet another elite clue scroll. Let's go do it. Alright, elite casket. What we get? Oh, gilded black d'hide body. That's kind of neat. 7 more gauntlets to run. Oof. My brain's gonna melt by the end of it. Alright, there's my 10 kills to make up for yesterday, plus doing today. Still no drops, I assume. Yeah, nothing. That's okay, we're up to 190 KC. 10 more gets us halfway there, and just have to do all that again. Which is going to be interesting. I'm going to go do this farming run really quick, and then I'm going to step away and take a break. Alright, I went ahead and did my beginner and easy clues. Of course, we got a useless beginner casket. And, of course, a useless easy casket. Hey, new day, farming runs, and Corrupted Gauntlet. Actually, let me go do Miscellanea real quick. I'm behind on that. I guess I'll do it after the farming run. Got an elite clue scroll. I'm gonna knock that out real quick. Alright, elite casket. What do we get? Nothing. Alright, there's my 5 KC for the day. KC 195, probably no drop, I'm guessing. That's correct. Okay. Right now I'm struggling to get the motivation to do Rune Dragons, and I think it's just because it's such a huge task, right? Maybe if I set miniature goals along the way. Actually, it looks like I can get 93 prayer now, which is a significant level because that increases the amount of prayer restore I get from having the Holy Wrench in my inventory by 1. I'm trying to decide if I want to just go knock that out before I take my break. Yeah, it's reasonably early in the morning. I might be able to do it without getting harassed. Alright, 93 prayer. Nice. 3 more. Hey, I think I'm just going to be doing farm runs for a bit. We'll do Rune Dragons again soon, but I kind of need a bit of a break. Group Iron Man's coming out pretty soon, so I'm going to see if maybe I can multi-box that to log in on 2 different computers and be doing Rune Dragons while I'm doing Group Iron stuff. We'll see. Hey, it's a new day. You know what that means. Alright, there's my 5 KC for the day, and that's effectively KC 200. Very exciting. I got an elite clue scroll. End out the day, that's cool. I'll go do my farming run and then I'll do that. 200 more of those to go. Done 5 a day for 40 days, so 40 more days. Alright, elite casket. Nothing. One of these days, I'm gonna get something really cool from a clue casket. If I got a third age item, if it was one of those really expensive ones, I think I would sell it and get the T-bow that I've technically unlocked in this account that I temporarily borrowed from Clover until they had to sell it. I'm gonna go step away. I might not be back until tomorrow, when I'll do more Corrupted Gauntlet and farming. I might be turning down my frequency of play a little bit. I've got some other stuff that I gotta be working on, but I'm gonna try to still commit to my 5 Corrupted Gauntlet KC per day, and please God, don't let me go dry on this bow. I was thinking before, hey, I'll just keep going until I get 2 enhanced crystal weapon seeds so that I can also make the Blade of Sildor, but now I'm not thinking that so much. I might want to stop the instant I get the F-bow drop. Alright, I'll see you around. Bye. Broken record, but hey, it's a new day. Farming and Corrupted Gauntlet. Let's go. Hey, I finished up my 5KC, no drops. Gonna do a farming run real quick, and I've got editing to do, so I'm gonna go back to Rune Dragons while I edit. Hey, so like I said, I wasn't able to talk at all yesterday, but did about 3 hours of Rune Dragons. I'm gonna go do a farming run and probably Corrupted Gauntlet. I'm currently uploading something though, which messes up my ping pretty bad. So I might need to delay before I do the Gauntlet. Maybe I'll do some clue scrolls or something, but I'm working on it. All right, medium and easy caskets, or beginner caskets. Of course, the beginner casket is trash. It always is. Medium casket. Oh. Trim strength amulet. Neat. Alright, I still have about 13 minutes on my video to upload, but that might be enough time that it'll be done by the time I actually get to the Hun left, so I might gear up here and roll on over. Okay, got my 5KC for the day. I gotta do some AFK stuff, so I'm gonna go do Rune Dragons here in a second after I do my farming run. Hey, hey, new day. This is like Groundhog Day. Group Iron Man comes out first thing tomorrow morning. So I might record myself giving a bond to the character we're adding, but I'll redeem both of those bonds. I actually might go buy the bonds right now because I have a feeling they're going to spike in price tomorrow. And maybe I should have bought them sooner because I have a feeling they're already spiking in price. Let me take a look. Last I checked, they were 5.8 million. Yeah, I guess they crashed a couple days ago and now they're up to 5.4. So I should go get those purchases in now. I think I have to spend a little bit extra to make them tradable. Make sure I add this to my spreadsheet too. Old school bond. Oh, I might have already missed the boat on the price. Uh-oh. I had a really big mistake there. I was in a hallway with the dragon, and while I was fighting the dragon, the dark beast in the next room started hitting me. I didn't realize it could reach me. It like went around a wall or something. So that sucked. That wasn't great. Fortunately, I got tons of time remaining, so I can do some extra stuff here. Not an auspicious start there. I walked in and got immediately trampled. Ooh, that was way too close. Alright, 5kc is done for the day. A little bit ahead of schedule on my farming runs, so I guess I'll go do birdhouses first and see if that gets me there. Shitty beginner casket, what we get? Oh! Actually got something interesting from a beginner casket. That's cool. Monk's Robe Top T. Neat. Oh, that's incredible. That's my first ever beginner unique out of 38 clues. No wonder I thought they were terrible. Oh, that's cool. Hey there, it's Group Iron Man launch, which means I'm probably going to take a short break from doing Corrupted Gauntlet. I'll just build up the KC that I have to do and do it all in one go once I get something super AFK on the Group Iron. But I did say that I'm going to go turn in a bond, so I will do that. I think I have to make it tradable. It's going to be a little complicated with, like, RuneLight's not updated yet, so it's really hard to see what I'm doing. Oh, does this not automatically switch to... Okay. I forget how this game is sometimes. Alright, so got most of these bonds. I probably could have done buy orders much cheaper for all of them, but whatever. Comes with the territory, I guess. So we take this guy, and then we have to do something to make it tradable. Convert. Cost 10%, which I guess I'm just going to eat rather than count that towards my redemption rules. Now it's tradable, and then I go to Lumbridge, and I have to get on the same world. I gotta use the world switcher without... Oh my god. I am not used to playing this game this way. That's funny. I think I was on 418. Just showing what's going on here. Here's Mercurin, which is my group Iron. It's an old account name I used to use back when I had a bunch of alts in a game I played as a kid. So I'm going to give Mercurin a bond. Okay, just use the bond on them. Give that bond to Mercurin as a free gift. Yes. And on my other screen, Marstead's offering to give you a bond. Yes. You have received a bond. And then I'll redeem the bond on that account. Should have done 3 for the extra days, but I'll probably do that next time because I don't know how hard I'm going to go on this. After 14 days, I'll start transferring them 3 at a time, and I'll just make sure I record every time I do that. Firm. Bond has been gifted to Mercurin. Okay, and that's probably all I'm going to do today on this account. I might log in and do some AFK stuff once RuneLight comes back up. Like I might try to do Rune Dragons at the same time as leveling the Group Iron, but I kind of want to get used to just kind of messing around on the Group Iron by itself. So this will be a super short recording. Like I said, I'm probably going to show progress on the Group Iron in this playthrough. I'll just occasionally come and like show the character and what their deal is. Maybe I'll switch to them occasionally, or I'll record stuff separately on there, but I like to be free of the specter of having to record constantly, which is something that I've had to deal with this main account. So I'll see you around, and I'll give you updates on the Group Iron as we go. Bye. Hey there, I'm back. You might notice that my mic's a little bit louder now. I made some adjustments. I didn't realize that I didn't have my gain filters and compression filters applied in my RuneScape recording profile, so it shouldn't be too loud, but it's probably jarring if you were just hearing it before. I'm still working on my Group Iron. It's just a couple hours later. Currently, I'm doing the Al-Kharid Agility course, which is on a completely different computer, so it's difficult for me to like capture it and show you what I'm doing at the same time. I might think about some solution for that in the future, but I can probably just like look it up and show you the current level.
But I'm logging in really quick to see whether I'm even able to multitask with this game, if I'm able to do agility courses at the same time as like Rune Dragons would be nice. I'm gonna give that a shot. But I guess first I'm gonna see if I can do a farming run at the same time as an agility course. Probably gonna try to avoid this kind of like multitasking, because I think the reason I like AFK content in RuneScape is because it lets me do other things that aren't RuneScape, and I think it's a little bit too sweaty, too attentive for me to do both at the same time. But I'm gonna try. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, so I'm learning this is a lot harder to do than I thought. Maybe it's just farming that's difficult to multitask. Maybe Rune Dragons are a little bit easier. Certainly higher stakes. I'm gonna go give it a try now and see. But that was not very efficient. I think I did that farming run in 14 minutes. Usually it takes me like 10 minutes. Well, I got greedy. It's been going pretty decently overall in terms of being able to multitask Rune Dragons, but that's a mistake that I would have made even if I wasn't multitasking there. An extremely stupid one, granted, but not one that's unique to me multitasking, I should say. Just hit agility level 30 on the group iron. I'm at the Alcarid agility course. I'm about to pop over to the Varrock agility course. If I can find some way to like show some of these. I guess there'll be RuneLite screenshots, right? That'll be nice. I got an elite clue scroll, but I don't want to go do it, so I'm gonna go store it with Watson. I haven't done that before, but you know, otherwise it's gonna sit in my bank and block me from getting another one to drop. Deciding since I can't give as much attention here and the rate of death is likely going to be higher, that instead of bringing the Dragon Warhammer, I'm going to bring Arclight, which I think I can do stab with. So it's a significantly less good debuff, but it's still a debuff. Well, the game clearly wants me to do an elite clue scroll. Let's see if I can do that while doing this agility course. I'm on the Varrock agility course right now, which is supremely annoying. I am making my life a little bit easier now by using protect item, which will save me. I think it gets it down so that if I die, I only lose 30k instead of 130k with the Arclight. Opened my elite casket and it had nothing interesting, unfortunately. Hey, okay, it's another new day. I do have a record of all of the corrupted Gauntlet kills that I'm missing because they're on my physical calendar in my kitchen. I had scheduled out the 5 kills per day. I'm probably going to fall behind significantly here as I continue to do group iron focused stuff. Although right now I'm doing teaks in group iron. I'm doing the extremely boring meta winter tot thing. Not to 99 fire making, but just to get a initial stash of GP, and then I'm going to do some quests and things like that. But since I'm up to teaks, that's super AFK. I think I can actually play on this character now, which was much harder to do while I was trying to do like Varrock agility, which was not easy to multitask. I'm going to go do a farming run, and I'm going to go do Rune Dragons, and we'll see how much better this is now with teaks. It turns out I have exactly enough prayer to maintain a summon this whole time and run protect item on top of everything. So I should have been doing that for the last few times I've died here. That would have saved me lots and lots and lots of money. Because I think I've got my risk down to like 30k right now, which is a single rune plate body drop. But it makes me feel better about getting a 93 prayer. Anyway, this is going significantly better now that I'm doing teaks instead of doing agility, so I'm not going to completely give up on doing group iron and this at the same time. I guess just to give a verbal update on group iron, I've got 40 agility, 40 fire making, and 20 construction. Pretty vanilla stuff here. Hoping to do some more interesting things once I can actually get a little bit of money at Winter Tot. Hey, how's it going? I haven't played my main at all since Group Iron launched. I tried to do both at the same time for a little bit there, and it was just too much, so I might try to make that work once I have something even more AFK on the Group Iron, like Nightmare Zone, but it's really hard for me to do like Rune Dragons at the same time. I'm logged in here because I need to go rebond the account, and I'm just going to bring 3 bonds over. I want to make sure I get that recorded here, so
0.6 mil. Probably make them all tradable sooner in case the price goes up as I'm expecting it to do. All right, so my account is in Lumbridge. At one point, I had to go help my account scout for something. I don't even remember why I logged in. I didn't record it because I was only on for like 10 seconds, but there was a dragon impling where I was. Oh no, I think it was just that I was playing on the group iron and I saw a dragon impling. I'm going to catch that, so I went and grabbed it on the main, but I didn't have time to set up OBS for it. But all that happened is I have a dragon impling jar, and I probably have some small amount of extra magic XP from teleporting to it. So I'll open that here. 3 dragon stones. Okay. I mean, I'm way behind on my 5 corrupted gauntlet kills per day. I'm probably just going to restart that clock whenever I take a break from the group iron. Get that bond as a free gift. I have to switch windows, don't I? Accept it. Use. You received a bond. Usually I have these on separate monitors, but I want to make sure I can capture both of them. Okay, cool. All right, so I've sent 3 more bonds over. I'll update that in my spreadsheet, so we're keeping track of how much I've paid down from bonds. All right, and I guess I'll keep that clock running to kind of give you a quick update. I've been just kind of summarizing my skills on the videos I've been uploading lately for the group iron, but I haven't actually shown off the account at all, so I'll log out here and do that. All right, so this is the group iron. These are my current skills. Let me use these bonds and hop out of here. Got a decent amount of gear. Doing great on quests, 163 quest points. That's been the main thing I've been focusing on so far. It's pretty good for the first week of bonding. I've really been enjoying the Quest Helper plugin. You're going to see me use that a lot in the Leagues 3 videos, which I hope to use that automatic editing tool, which isn't quite to my standards for, normal gameplay, but is good enough for Leagues. Currently working on the Heroes quest and the Legends quest. My goal is to be able to get the shield half drop from Gorax, because I have enough Herbalure to boost to be able to make magic essence potions, which I found were really, really productive for leveling Herbalure on a restricted account in the Trailblazer League. So I hope that they work somewhat well, or at least I can save all those Gorak claws, because I need to do the shield left half grind anyway, and it would be cool to get a dragon spear along the way. I think that's all for my update on this guy. I'll see you around. Bye. Hey folks, how's it going? I haven't played this game. Well, I haven't played this account. I've been playing this game a lot, but I haven't been on the main account for a long while because I've been enjoying Group Iron Man still. And I still haven't been able to figure out something that I can do on both accounts at the same time. Maybe once I finally get Nightmare Zone to be affordable on the Group Iron. I'm logging in really quick though to do the 2021 Halloween event. So I'm going to pop over and check that out right now before it gets removed from the game. It's November 1st, 2021. Halloween event complete. That was a cool little mission. I enjoyed it. Cool. Well, I'm going to head back to the Group Iron. I am going to come back to this eventually and get back on my Corrupted Gauntlet grind, but still waiting to burn out on the Group Iron. So I'll see you sometime in the future. Bye. Hey, for you, seconds have passed. For me, months have passed. It is December 31st, 2021, and I have officially done all of the quests in the game on my Group Iron account, other than Night at the Theater. I'm going to wait until Troc and Chaos are high enough level for us to go duo or trio that. So I'm going to take a break from the Group Iron for a bit. I'm going to go back to working on the main. I'd really like to make sure that I get all the equipment needed for the Inferno, namely running Corrupted Gauntlet. But I haven't played this account in like 3 months, so I'm going to bank and mess around in my bank and then probably go do some AFK Rune Dragons. I also don't have a lot of room to talk right now, so I might pick up Corrupted Gauntlet runs tomorrow morning. So I'm about to go on to mute. We'll get the timer running again, and it's good to see you again. Hey, I'm back. It's a new day. My miscellanea coffer is at 8% and has burned through all of my money, so I should probably just go collect that and try to build that back up. My AFK Rune Dragons experiment went fine, so I could probably do some more of that. I do need to buy more bank space. I have the money to afford it. I probably won't count that toward my bond redemption total because it's not redeeming bonds. I have not done the gauntlet for like over 4 months, so I'm feeling a little nervous about going back and doing it, but I should probably just get it started, even though I'm just doing like 1 kill per day for now, until I can get back into the habit. So I think my plan right now is to go catch up Miscellanea, maybe refill the coffer, pick up all the herbs from that, and then maybe I'll go try to do a gauntlet kill. We'll see. Alright, caught back up on my Miscellanea favor. I'd like to see what I'm collecting after 30 days of not playing. Okay, 21,000 coal. Probably switch that off coal. I guess I don't know what I would put it on. 1,030 Terramin, 370 Ranars. That's pretty good. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get me to whatever my Herblore goal was on this account. I don't remember what that was at all. Alright, as for what to do next, I should probably just suck it up and go try a Corrupted Gauntlet kill. Oh shit, yeah, I have to do these all. Hold on. Ancient Prison. Oh, there's new tracks for Nex, which is coming out soon. I don't know if I'm going to do very much Nex. I'm nervous that the drop rates for her are going to be similar to Nightmare, aka unrealistic. I have like no interest in doing Nightmare because of the way the drops work. It's a bummer because I would absolutely love that kind of content otherwise. Just to delay doing the Corrupted Gauntlet, let me go do this Christmas event before it goes away. I think I've got a few days to do it, but I should stop dilly-dallying and just knock it out here. See what's in the present. Bunch of party hats again. Oh, you completed the 2021 Christmas event. No quest points, sorry. A cool hat, some cool shoes, magical snowy ring, a multicolored present. Squire gets to keep his job. Aw. Christmas crackers, Santa hats, Secret Santa presents. Oh, it's an equipment. That's cool. Wear the snowman ring. Oh, fun. Nice. Festive elf hats, festive elf slippers. Alright, let me go deposit as many of these in my house as I can, and I think I'm going to take a short break before I do anything else here. Alright, I'll be back later to do something. Maybe Corrupted Gauntlet. I'm clearly putting it off.
Hey, it's Future Marstead. That was my last time ever meaningfully playing on this account. I mean, I went on to play Leagues 3, and I'm going to show you some clips from Leagues 3 here just to try to close things out a bit. But just kind of petered out and stopped, as you saw. I mean, you saw every clip there for multiple episodes. It's just, I did 5 kills of Corrupted Gauntlet. Now I'm doing a farming run. Now I'm AFKing Rune Dragons. I did 5 kills of Corrupted Gauntlet. You could tell that I was running out of steam. So I'm going to grab some choice clips from Leagues 3. I do have a second channel where the Leagues 3 videos are. So the way I was doing that, I wanted to be able to publish them like on the same day, so I didn't have time to edit them. So I used an automated tool called Unsilence that would cut out the silent parts in the video. It didn't work perfectly by any stretch, so I think the videos are even harder to watch than my fast-forwarded ones, but if you're interested, if you want to see me do literally everything there was to do in old school RuneScape in Leagues 3, like I said, the link is in the description. Let's watch some clips from the end of the league, though, because one of the things I did was fully grind out Corrupted Gauntlet in Leagues 3, which made me really not want to do it on the live servers, because the grind there wasn't really that different. Like, yeah, the boss was easier, but the prep still took like 15 minutes, and the drop rate wasn't that much better. So I'm going to show you some clips of Corrupted Gauntlet, and then me clearing the Inferno, and then me getting Dragon Cup, which I will never ever do again. Also, I decided to keep the unsilenced fast forwarding in here because I thought it was nostalgic for the way this series began, so it would be nice to do it again at the end of the series.
Hey folks, it's a new day, and that means I never did my 15 Corrupted Gauntlet kills yesterday, which means I'm in debt. And I need to do 30 today. So I will go do that. I'm glad to have the Dragon Warhammer grind out of the way. Don't really need this. I think that the Bandos Godsword is probably better in a lot of situations because of the way all of the other relics work. It's going to make it do more damage when it does hit, and probably on average reduce the defense more, but I'll use it for stuff like trying to get league points from killing Corp Beast, I guess. But in any case, let me go gear to do Hiscores real quick, and then we'll catch like 5 Implings, and then we'll do 30 Corrupted Gauntlet clears, and just really, really hope that I get that stupid drop. I want this to be over so badly. I'm falling way behind on league points. I don't know where most people are getting them from. All I can guess is that it's the Chambers of Xeric speedrun tasks. You can do all of those in normal chambers and challenge mode. I think it's like 2,500 points total or something. And I've probably got about half of those from my current runs. So part of the reason why I want to get the F-bow is I think it should help me with my timing, because right now the part where I have to blow pipe home, it takes forever. Still Dryad Hiscores. It's like a 1 in 11 drop. It's 28 KC. So I have a little over 2 weeks left in the league. I really got to start, like, dealing with that reality. Right now, I'm not really dealing with it. Like, I need to do Inferno practice. So I guess 15 Corrupted Gauntlet clears a day. If I get to drop rate and still don't have it, I might need to accelerate that because I really want to have the F-bow for that practice. That's what I'm going to be using on the live servers. But I still don't have my F-bow on the live servers. I'm like 200 KC in. But it's something that'll be the thing that I'm constantly working on. Well, how many implings I've caught and how many like enhanced crystal keys I've used and the like very small number of crystal tree acorns I've gotten. It's okay, I shouldn't need them, I don't think, but all right, 5 crystal implings-ish and then 30 corrupted gauntlet. This is my own fault. I think I have competition today. It's a little bit later in the morning on a Sunday, and I've done a full hop cycle south of the POH and have not seen any implings, which not matching up with what I've seen before. So I'm going to try a couple of the other spots, but I might have to skip doing implings today and do it tomorrow if I get up earlier. Yeah, this is probably a wash. I've just passed like 3 or 4 people who are all here hopping for implings, so 5 or 6 people? Damn. Man, it's really different depending on what time of day you try this at, so I'll see if I can manage to get up early tomorrow. Probably better on a Monday anyway. I'll do one more set of hops over here by the spirit tree. I think that's a little bit less common. Okay, this is real bad. I think this is the worst I've seen it. Even that first day when I had a bunch of people competing and I like saw them catching it, I've done like several hops through all the worlds. Still haven't seen even one impling. I'm gonna do one more round because I'm doing a little bit of minor AFK stuff this morning, and then we're gonna hop on this corrupted gauntlet thing. Finally got one impling. Ran our seeds. Unfortunately, even though I've got a ton of competition, I got to keep doing this for a little while. It sucks, but I'm trying to set up my task spreadsheet to keep track of what I'm doing for the rest of the league. Oh shit, I had 2 worlds in a row and wasn't expecting it. Let me hop back here. No one beats me to it. Both in the same area, too. Interesting. Rune arrows. Makes me wonder, though, if, like, the place is so... There's so many people doing crystal implings. Does it mean that I can count on them respawning basically as fast as they possibly can because there aren't any that are like stuck in the northwest corner or whatever? And does that mean that if I find a spot that's not being heavily hopped that I'll eventually get a decent catch rate if I stay on this long enough? We'll see. I just got 2. That was nice. Okay, I think I have my spreadsheet for tracking the remaining stuff done, so let's actually do these corrupted gauntlet clears really quick. I think maybe my herbs skipped a step here. It did. Still have my farm runs fragment set up, so I'll do another one of these real quick. A decent combo here on this farming contract. This will be 4 in a row, getting us ever closer to finishing farming contracts and thus finishing farming entirely. So what I did is I went through all of the tasks that I haven't completed yet and then classified them into, yes, I will definitely do this before the league is over. Maybe I'll try to do this before the league's over. Those are usually the ones that are like RNG tasks. It's not certain that they'll occur. And then, no, I definitely will not do them. And counted up the points on the ones I said yes to, and it's at like 7.5k. So that doesn't quite get me to 50k, which I think is the currently estimated finishing tier for Dragon. So I might have to dip into a few of the maybes. But with just 2 weeks left, I'm going to have to start going hard on those. We'll probably, maybe once I get the F-bow, I'll just start doing episodes that are focused around that. I think I'll get a good decent chunk of tasks out of doing the medium combat achievements. Not for the points from medium combat achievements themselves, but there's a lot of them that are like kill 50 of a boss, and that ends up being a task for just about every boss. So that is going to be on the docket. Just have to find out when we're doing it. Oh man, I'm on, what's this, contract number 6 in a row? This is great. We have to replant all of this, which doesn't take a second, but
inching ever closer to never having to farm again. I'm glad I decided to go hard on this. I could have just continued doing it once a day whenever I did Hiscores, but that would have been cutting it a little bit close at the end of the league. Dwarfweed. Alright. 6 is where it ends. That's fine. It looks like I'm up to 140 current farming contracts, so 10 more and we're done. And the stalling is over. Let's go do 30 corrupted gauntlets. I just need one more armor seed. That's a big task if I can equip a full crystal armor set, so that would be nice. One more armor seed, and very much would like to get the stupid F-bow, please. I think there's a task for the Corrupted Blade of Seldor, but there's not a task for the F-bow. So I might need to make it into the blade and then disassemble it because it's so easy for me to get crystal shards. So let me look that up really quick. Plan for that in advance. Blade can be uncharged. The crystal shards used to upgrade it will not be returned. Revert it for 250 crystal shards. So I would need 2,250 crystal shards total to get the stupid blade task and then revert it back into a bow. Okay. Alright, let me make sure I'm on a West Coast world, and let's do this. Put on my gamer cap. So I think we'll end up with 115 KC, which is still a little bit short of drop rate. Drop rate's like 133. But I would be completely fine if this ends up being similar to what happened there with the Lizardman Shamans, where we got it right towards the end of drop rate. If I go dry on this, I'm going to be very sad, because it's already going to require a little bit more effort than I like to put in to stay in Dragon Tier. Alright, away we go. Probably should have fragments before I do this. A regular crystal weapon seed. I don't know if I can do anything with those. I might be able to turn them into crystal shards. I should take a look at how many shards I have in the bank and calculate how many I'm going to have to go pickpocket. I think I get like 600 for every successful pickpocket, and the pickpocket rate's only supposed to be like 1 in 300, which is not a big deal, but I've just been wildly rare on it, or wildly dry on it, which makes me wonder if they didn't make it work for pickpocketing, but I don't have enough data to confirm that. I might just be super dry on 2 different pickpocketing things. But I think my point is that it's going to be worth making it into a corrupted blade to get the task, and then disassembling it and turning it into the bow. Oh, I got excited again. It's an armor seed, but that's the last one we need. It looks like that should be the weapon seed, because it's large. But I guess the weapon seed looks small and has like an extra like prong coming out of it. I'm gonna go ahead and pop out and turn that into the crystal helmet, because that's a task. We'll go right back in. Nice to have a full set. Here we go. Equip a full crystal armor set is a elite task. Looks pretty cool. Oh, finally died. Broke my streak. I did unexpected pathing and ran through a stack of 4 tornadoes. So I think that was after like almost 40 consecutive without dying, but you think it's going to happen every now and then due to that. An experiment with not bothering getting 2 T3 weapons. I'll just either get the T3 staff or the T3 halberd, depending on who I run into on the edges. See if it ends up making a significant difference in kill times or not. Well, having a tier 2 halberd was definitely noticeably slower, but I need to decide whether it's worth it. Like, I think I need to minimize the amount of time I spend fighting the Hunleth, because although I'm pretty good at not dying, the more time I'm in there fighting it, the more opportunities there are for me to make a mistake. And I'm not going to die and waste the run outside, so I think trying to get both T3 weapons is probably worth it, even if it's an extra 30 seconds or so. Got another armor seed, which I think I can break down into shards. Let me check. Crystal armor seed. Can exchange it for 250 crystal shards. Okay. So if we go to rate and we get significantly more armor seeds, that might be enough shards eventually to cover turning the enhanced crystal seed into a blade of Sildor, corrupting it, equipping it, unequipping it, turning it into a F bow, and then corrupting that. Is Master Combat Task Gauntlet Master. Oh, okay, that includes KC for both regular Gauntlet and Corrupted Gauntlet. So I'm gonna get 98, that's weird. Man, I've got 17 more to go. My brain is already rotting, but I gotta make up for not doing 15 yesterday. There's 100 KC. Complete the Corrupted Gauntlet 100 times. 125 points. Not too shabby. Alright, so I gotta do that. That makes up for yesterday. Now I gotta do 15 kills for today. Deep breath. Okay, let's go. Oh, apparently you can exchange a crystal weapon seed for a crystal acorn. I think is a better deal, because if you trade them in for shards, it's like 10 shards. So I could get like 90 shards instead. Oh my god, it dropped. I have been in... It's not going to drop. Holy shit. 111 KC. It's over. I'm done. I don't have to do this anymore. That was only 11 KC above the task. Holy shit. I'm like speechless. I was thinking about like what am I going to have to do if I have to quit this league because I go dry on this. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm the happiest person on the earth right now. Okay, so we're not done. I need to pickpocket, I think, because I want to be able to use this ASAP. I guess I can go ahead and turn it into a sword and corrupt it to get the task, and then finish converting it back. My mind is blown. I didn't think I was going to get it. I think that's the last item that I need to grind for that I was really worried about going dry on. And there's a couple other things I can try to go for, but I'm not super... Do not trade that. Oh my god. Crystal Armor Seed. Yes. If I had traded that, I think I would have actually cried. There's a handful of other items that I'd like to get just because they're like worth points or might be useful in Inferno. I'd still like... I'm a little concerned about going dry on Rigor and or Augury, but I think it won't be the end of the world if I don't end up getting Rigor with everything else that I have. Let me go ahead and turn this into the Blade of Sildor, corrupt it, equip it, and get my task. But before I do that, let me make 100% positive that I can revert it. I'm pretty sure I can, but... Alright, Blade of Sildor. Unlike other crystal equipment, players cannot directly revert the blade to an enhanced crystal weapon seed. In order to receive the seed back, players must bring an inactive blade to a singing bowl to revert it, which costs 250 crystal shards. Okay, so it can be done, though. Let me just confirm that once it's been corrupted, I can revert it. Blade can be uncharged, but the crystal shards used to upgrade it will not be returned. I'm still a little bit nervous about this not working, but let's just do it and remove my nervousness. So we make Blade of Sildor. We make Corrupted Blade of Sildor. Let me equip it first, just in case. I don't think there's a task unless if it's corrupted. Yeah. Wield the Corrupted Blade of Sildor. Okay, that was a master task, so cool. Now let's revert it. I think I have to use it on the thing. Uncharge. You'll lose 1,000 crystal shards at cost to corrupt it. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Blade of Sildor inactive. Enhanced crystal weapon seed. Got it back. Bow.
Now we have the bow, which is amazing. Never seen this thing before. I still haven't got it on my main account. Right, so now we need to get... Fortunately, we only need to successfully pickpocket one time. The math works out. I need to get one quadruple pull, and then we can start using this. Holy God. I'm so happy to be done with Corrupted Gauntlet for this league. It was a lot of work to do. Here I might actually want Shadow Veil. I skipped it last time. Okay, so I'm now prepared to go insanely dry on this pickpocket because I've been dry on it before, but I don't care. I'd rather be pickpocketing than doing Corrupted Gauntlet, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all fine. No stress. Let's go. Yeah, the amount I'm dry on pickpocketing both elves and Vyres is consistent with them not having done the drop rate adjustment for thieving. Maybe it is actually like 1 in 1,000 here. I should have pulled, if they actually did it for thieving, how many should I have pulled here? I should have had like 10 pulls or something ridiculous. Close to it. And I've only pulled 2, which is consistent with them not adjusting it for pickpocketing. I wonder if it's just bugged or one of the fragments breaks it or something. It's fine. Could also just be the wiki's wrong and it never worked that way. Hey, I got the crystal pole. All right, let's go turn these in and corrupt the bow. And I'll probably buy the thing to change the color on it. Oh, there's a crystal impling too? Come on, game, give me the best of luck. Give me a signet here. I shouldn't be greedy. Should be just happy that I got my stupid drop. I didn't get a signet, but that's okay. All right, trade for crystal shards. Let's go. Enhanced crystal teleport seed. 600 crystal shards. Yes, please. Thank you. All right, I just gotta go corrupt this thing, and I gotta figure out where you go to recolor it. You can do that. Oh, Ferdinand. Oh, geez, it's 2,000 crystal shards. I didn't realize it was more expensive. All right, well, that means I gotta pickpocket for a while longer, because I need to get 2 more pulls. I thought it was only 1K. Well, that's my bad. That's okay. I'd rather do that than continue to do the Corrupted Gauntlet, so back to pickpocketing, apparently.
Hey, there's another pull. Very good. I only need to get 1 more now. I guess I'll go cash these in for the inventory space real quick.
Hey, there's the last pull. All right, let me go turn these in. And corrupt my bow, and then I think I'm going to step away and take a break after I recolor it. Technically, that could be an episode, but that happened really fast after the Dragon Warhammer, so I'm probably going to want to do a couple more things here. All right, and that leaves me 300 shards left over for other things like crystal weapon seeds, so that's cool. Here's my bow, and I already have enough money on me to purchase the recolor. To figure out where that recolor shop is. On the west side of Prif. We want an Amlod's crystal. Hello, Lien. Sell me the crystal of Amlod. Thank you. Sing crystal. Yes. Oh, I only needed 1,900 shards, but whatever, it's fine. All right, Bow of Ferdinand. C. It is done. And now let's make it blue, because why not? It's a good color. Okay, it is finished. Beautiful. I'm very happy with that. I think that means I don't have to pickpocket ever again for the rest of the league. So that's nice because I'm already like 50 million thieving XP in, which is completely unnecessary. But I'm going to step away and take a break, and then we'll come back, and I think I'm just going to do some task cleanup, try to get some points, and see where that puts me on the leaderboards. I'll see you around. Bye.
Okay, everybody, it's time. I've been building up to this for weeks and weeks. 456 hours. Let's do the frickin' Inferno already. I have no idea what I'm bringing or what the plan is, so I'm going to have to sit here and bank stand for a second and kind of figure out what my inventory setup's going to be and what my fragment setup's going to be. So that's probably going to get fast forwarded here. I'll come off and explain my reasoning for whatever it is I'm bringing, but give me a second to set that up. Okay, I think I have a setup now. Let me walk through it real quick. So the gist of it here is this basic setup. Decided to go with the Verax helmet over the Crystal helmet. The Crystal helmet's some extra damage and accuracy, and maybe I'll swap to it if I have some bad luck, but the difference in defensive bonuses is actually kind of insane on this guy. So I think that while I'm learning and I don't know what I'm doing and I'm going to get hit more often, I think this is the way to go. I had to choose between the Assembler or the Max Cape. The Max Cape has better defensive bonuses and gets more prayer, which we'll talk about in a second. But I think on the live servers, I'm going to end up going with the Assembler because I'm not going to have a Max Cape. So trying to make it as close to what I can actually bring on live as possible. Within reason, I'm not going to bring a Kodai Wand or Ancestral or Dagon High. I'm probably going to end up bringing Arms, but, you know, just for shits and giggles. I'm bringing the Crystal Shield, which I think is only going to be equipped at the start of each wave, but I think the objective is to reduce incoming damage while I freeze the Nibblers. It's recommended that I bring Barrow's Gloves, but I'm bringing a Region Bracelet when I talk about fragments. I'll explain that more, but that's been super helpful in other content so far to give me a little bit of breathing room, and I think it'll be especially helpful in Inferno. I haven't been using the Ring of Suffering, but I'm going to bring it here. I should probably make a whole boatload of recoils just so I can activate this. I'll do that real quick before I go in since I've saved an inventory setup now. Inventory wise, I'm going F-Bow, Crystal Armor, Necklace of Anguish. I'm not actually planning on using the Blowpipe. I think the reason you bring the Blowpipe is primarily to deal with the healers during Zuck, but I did reach out to the RuneScape subreddit and there were folks who said they didn't even bring a Blowpipe in the first place. I would prefer to not use it because lots of reasons. I mean, one, it's less accurate now, but for some reason, my brain, I understand how this game works in terms of ticks. Like, clearly I do fine and stuff like Corrupted Gauntlet. I know how to, like, run through whirlwinds and that sort of a thing. But anything that's a 2-tick attack speed, like, breaks my brain. And I haven't been able to figure out why. I have this problem with Ulm. I have this problem everywhere. For some reason, I'm not able to attack and move at the same time whenever I have something that's 2-tick, but it's fine when it's 4-tick. So I'm going to bring it just in case it matters for some reason. Maybe the spec will matter or something. And it's probably something that I'll bring on the live servers. I threw Dragon Darts in there. I don't know that I'm actually going to use it. I brought the Sarah God Sword. Hopefully all the relics mean that I don't need it, but, you know, it's a thing that I'll be bringing on live, so may as well. Same deal with the Falador Shield 4. Probably don't need it, because I have lots of other sources of prayer restore, but it's okay. I'm bringing more brews than restores, which is usually inadvisable, but because of the league, I have more options for prayer, so I'll talk about that in a sec when I get to fragments. I'd honestly be bringing almost no super restores if I was able to do my melee setup where I would have both Divine Restoration and Living on a Prayer, but unfortunately, range is the worst setup for fragments this league, so that doesn't really help. I made myself a quick Bastion potion. My understanding is that you don't even use this until maybe Jads, but definitely not until Zuck. So, but I have one. And then I don't have a stamina potion, obviously, so I just am bringing an extra super restore, an extra brew, however you want to see it. Fragment setup. So this is probably going to involve a lot of rethinking and retooling. God, range sucks so bad. Range doesn't even have a combo with Knife's Edge. At least it has one with Absolute Unit. I wanted to bring Living on a Prayer and shoot Divine Restoration, the one that restores your prayer, but I can't really justify both of them. And I think that Living on a Prayer gets me Knife's Edge, which is harder for me to get with double tap than Absolute Unit, which I can get with double tap. So I can maybe look at this more closely and see. I think I would rather have Divine Restoration than Living on a Prayer, because Divine Restoration actually gives me prayer back. So if I have to pause a wave, I could, you know, kind of lazily sit there and get all my prayer back without having to worry about it. So I'll look at the board and maybe see if there's a way to swap this in instead. It would require dropping Venommaster or Saradominus Defense, and I don't think I like either of those. So I do actually want, even though it's not super amazing, I do want fast metabolism, because if you have that with the Region Bracelet and with the Rapid Heal Prayer, it's like 16 HP per minute, which is going to be great in terms of not having to think too much about healing and not having to stress too much about healing throughout the waves.
I've had a lot of good luck with that. I guess this is where I'd be willing to drop something. I'd be willing to drop this for Divine Restoration and drop Larger Recharger for something else, maybe another source of double tap. But my main objective here has been to try to get as much survivability as possible, to the point of I don't even have triple double tap. I only have double tap right now. I do have triple Knife's Edge because I found that seems almost more impactful than double tap to overall DPS in a lot of cases. So I guess I have defensive Inferno, and I should probably make an offensive Inferno setup. Offensive would be dropping Larger Recharger, it would be dropping Venom Master, it would be taking Divine Restoration, and it would be taking one other source of double tap, which I guess doesn't matter because everything else it combos with is terrible. So that's still has full Knife's Edge, it only has half Dragon's Touch, but it gives me full double tap and full absolute unit, and no fast metabolism, which in that case I probably wouldn't bother with the Region Bracelet. I'd switch out to the Barrow's Gloves. But I'll go ahead and make that a preset. It'll be Inferno, but I'm still learning, so let's start with the super defensive setup and see how that goes. Honestly, having to deal with prayer a little bit is probably going to be good for learning. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any prayer flicking. I've done a ton of prayer flicking on the live servers for content that doesn't need it, and it's been so long since I've had to do it, it's probably bad, honestly, for my muscle memory. I'm likely going to have to try to do some content to practice prayer flicking to get back into the habit of it. If you go back and watch my Quest Cape playthrough, I discovered prayer flicking insanely early, just like naturally while playing the game, and then used it a ton. I used it for probably 1,000 hours of like normal Slayer content, not realizing that I was forcing myself to play way more attentively than I needed to in prayer potions. So I got super good at it, and then once I got prayer potions and had enough that they were going to last me forever, I just totally stopped and lost all muscle memory for it. So not super great. In any case, I think this is about as good as we're going to get. So I think it's time for me to start heading there. Stop at a bank en route. Probably not going to have a lot to say during the waves. I did do a little bit of this, like I said, during the Trailblazer League, and I got to like halfway through before I started getting just like one shot by the mages and then burned out in the league. But I'm committed to not burning out here. Also, they published the points totals, and so I have 51,175. The point total to stay in Dragon today on Wednesday is 47,800, something like that. 48,700. Let me double check. The point of it is that I'm uncomfortably close. If we assume that people just get the exact same number of points this week as they got last week, then I'm a little worried. Yeah, it's 47,890 this week, I think. Hold on, that might be the projection. Give me a second. 47,650, so a little bit less than that. So if we assume they gain the exact same number of points from the previous week to this week as they go from this week to the end of next week, they're going to end in like 51,700, which I'm like 600 points shy of. And that's assuming that nobody is trying to go extra hard to try to secure themselves in Dragon, which I don't think is going to be the case. I think people are going to go extra hard. So I'm probably going to have to stop Inferno a little bit to do some points hunting. Maybe I'll plan to do a couple tasks in between attempts just to kind of conserve my sanity a little bit. At some point I might stop and look at the task list to see if there's something that's arguably AFK. I think I've honestly tapped out everything AFK in the league. Like, it's all gone. But I feel like I should try to track one down because maybe I consider Kraken. That's what I'll do. Because I have like a phone call this morning that's going to take like an hour. If I go to Kraken, that'll be completely fine, I think. So I think that'll be the plan. Yeah, I left a bunch of Kraken tasks on the table because of fishing explosives not being available. But they patched that, so I should just be able to go buy enough fishing explosives to get all of the Kraken boss kill tasks, and that'll be my new source of AFK for the rest of the league. Well, until I do all of it, which is still going to be several hours, but I've got headphones for this. My objective is to kind of do this like the live servers. Like, I'm going to try to freeze the nibblers, hide behind pillars, that kind of a thing. I'm going to see how much the relics let me, like, just face tank it. Because honestly, the waves, I'm less concerned with practicing on the leagues. I can always do that on the live servers. It's not a huge deal. Like, I know it is a huge deal. My understanding is that the waves are the hard part that honestly suck. Isn't that big of a deal, and triple Jads aren't that big of a deal. My fear, though, is that it takes so long to get good enough to even get to those bosses that I'm going to choke on them. So I want practice on them more than I want practice on the waves. So if I find a way to just face tank the waves, I'm just going to do that. But I guess I'll come off mute and off fast forward if anything particularly interesting happens. But let's get it over with. Let's start. A couple of these markers that used to have like labels and colors on them, and they all got lost. So I should have to figure this out again later. It's going decently at the moment. I would say there's a couple things I want to turn off here. The Ceradoman sword has been more useful than I was expecting. I pretty much just brought larger recharger to qualify for more set bonuses, but I'm using this thing all the time because living on a prayer is not enough for prayer. So this is probably training me to play really badly in terms of prayer usage, but again, I'm not here to practice that. I can do that on the live servers. Let me turn some things off here. I don't need that. I can look that up. Turn off the inventory summary. I like having that on the side of the screen, but nothing to do with inventory here, so it doesn't really matter. Turn off the tolerance, aggression. I should fix these tile markers, get the right colors and labels and stuff, but I think I kind of have a sense. This is supposed to represent, like, the different ranges of things, right? Like, I think this is 10 tiles. That's the range where it's out of range of certain things. Oh, that's from this tile, I think. Yeah, I think if I stand here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right. So I have the 10 range, I have the blowpipe range, I have all of that. But I set this up so long ago, I don't remember what most of it means, unfortunately. Alright, let's keep going. I think about this is about the furthest I ever got before. I got to when mages started showing up. Obviously the first mage didn't kill me, but once I started having to deal with mages and rangers on the same wave, I started to get nuked. So I think the strategy here is to just camp the mage prayer for the rest of the run, kind of similar to what you do in the fight caves. Maybe you can switch if you know the major is somewhere safe, but that he hits like a truck, so you really don't want to be dealing with him, I think is the rule. So I'll try to do that. Oh yeah, the mage revives creatures. I forgot about that part. So something I probably should try to learn. I won't do it this attempt, but I know there are ways to solve individual stacks on the pillar in terms of what like you should do with your prayer. Maybe I'm hoping if I get a clear to throw on the Slayer helmet and come back a couple times. Maybe try to get the 5 clears achievement just so that I can say I've practiced it for the live servers. Maybe I'll try to do one of those attempts where I really try to understand the solutions to different waves, you know? Because maybe this means I should try to kill the major first if it's possible, but sometimes it's not going to be possible, I assume.
That was a wave that would have wiped me on Trailblazer. Don't even have Rangers yet. I was just getting hit by bats, blobs, a melee, and a mage at the same time, and just kind of panicked, but care of all of the crazy defensive buffs from the league, it didn't really matter. Thanks. So I'll definitely need to do a lot of leagues, like practice off leagues, just to get a handle on the waves. I don't really have a handle on them yet, but I'm confident I can get there eventually. I just gotta get the practice in. 40 or so minutes to start practicing is a much more reasonable order, I think, than the 3-hour practice I need for Zuck. Like, I had the opacity on these tiles super low too, so they weren't so like jarring. Like 10% opacity or something, just so I could quickly see my range. It's fine. This is where the fun begins. We've got mages and rangers at the same time, and I would already be dead. I would already be extremely dead, actually, if I didn't have absolute unit. Good lord. And now we're in, the real Inferno begins here, right? Of course the ranger respawned the instant the major died. Probably just need to start letting some of the nibblers go, to be honest. I think it's really dangerous to try to focus on killing all of them every single time. I need to highlight their southwest tile. Hold on one second, let's change that color. Oh, I don't like that at all. Can I go back? I've had a nice color for that for many hours of gameplay, and I don't remember what the old one was. I have to look at the VOD later to fix it. It's mostly just trying to fix the southwest tile highlight. Okay. I need to start paying closer attention. I haven't been AFK, obviously, but now I can, like, die instantly at the start of a wave, so I gotta start planning out my life a little bit better. Situations like this are where having the F-bow is nice. Like, I feel like the short range of the blowpipe is gonna get me killed a lot of the times. I think, as a general rule, I want to try to get the major as close to the pillar as humanly possible. That way when it resurrects stuff, it kind of tends to spawn it behind the major. That might not be true. I haven't really reviewed Inferno strategy at all, but I guess that makes sense to me. I think at least when he resurrects things, they come back with fewer health, so it's not a complete waste to kill them early. And indeed, often you have to kill them early, I think. I gotta just start letting nibblers go at this point, I think. It's not gonna get me killed this wave, but it could get me killed in a future wave. Not too hard for that to happen. Probably should learn the pattern for flicking the blob plus the major. I think that's a pretty common thing to have to deal with, but... I wonder what the rule is for where the computer decides to spawn stuff. It looks like it tries to resurrect stuff behind stacks on the pillar, but maybe that's just a coincidence. Okay, this is my first time having this happen. I have the major and the ranger on the same side, and I think there's a way to deal with that, but I'm gonna have to Google it here in a second. I'm gonna try to not get disconnected while I look it up. 1 second. Yeah, so the exact video has an entire section for exactly this problem, so I'm gonna watch that real quick. This will be helpful for me to learn for the future. In the center of the space behind the pillar, which is here in this case, since I don't have them on the normal side of the pillar. Right, because like stepping out from the middle of the pillar because I'm running, it confuses the game a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of jank in this game that makes more sense if you understand it as a product of the fact that when you run, you teleport 2 tiles. I think in doing Chambers of Xeric solo during the leagues, I finally got a bit of a feel for that. Why Ulm's head turns sometimes but not other times has to do with the exact number of tiles that you're teleporting at a time. So right, if I stand here and I walk out, I become visible to both of them on the exact same tick. But if I stand here and walk out, I become visible to one of them slightly sooner than the other one, which I think is the trick behind it. But anyway, I'm watching the rest of the video. Okay, I maybe understand this. I'm probably going to get wrecked, but I'm going to give it a try here. So I think my understanding is that if I do, because the ranger's in the back, he's going to see me first if I teleport out to the side here. So I'm going to turn on Protect from Range. I guess I'll turn on Eagle Eye. I have to click out. I can't click the mob, otherwise it's wrong. Well, whatever I'm doing it wrong. Jesus, it was bad. It was almost extremely bad. Yikes. Big yikes. Yeah, it's tricky. I think I might have issues with my latency, because like when I do this, I guess I need to talk over it so it doesn't get fast forwarded. When I rapidly switch between prayers, depending on the server, I think it works okay on like the high risk world, but it doesn't always work consistently from tick to tick. Like sometimes it'll lag and get stuck, or it'll double activate. This is actually the best I've ever seen it work. So maybe my connection issues have resolved themselves, or the leak servers are particularly stable or something, but I'm almost certainly going to have to figure out how to do this on the leagues where I have a higher tolerance for failure, right? Because that time I went out there and started flicking prayers randomly and just died. Or I would have died if it wasn't for Absolute Unit and everything else. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to use the leagues to figure this out. Even if I like cheese my way through all the waves and beat Zuck and want to say that I'm done, I have to come back, I think, and I specifically have to get to these waves with mages and rangers just to try to practice this in a scenario where fucking it up doesn't kill me and force me to reset. Because I was trying to learn this in Trailblazer, and I didn't have, take half damage or quadruple HP regen, because that's not how Trailblazer worked. And so if I went out there to go practice it, I would just die. I would get stacked out instantly, and I wouldn't have the chance for my brain to make the connections about what was going wrong. So I don't think I'm going to try to master this this run. I think this run I'm just going to try to get as close to triple Jads and Zuck as I can. But after I get it clear, I think I'm going to come back here and intentionally try to practice this until I get it down. Like bring brews and plan to lose the brews on learning this stack until I feel comfortable with it. Unfortunately, the video, something about anything that's tick perfect, watching a video is so not helpful, because like you need to just do it, your brain just needs to be able to process it. Okay, I'm coming up on wave 64, which means I'm done with blobs. So I'm not done like with everything, obviously, but I'm getting close to the end of the annoying stuff. So I think I'm gonna log out on wave 65, so that wave 66 starts. That's the one that's just nibblers and mages. That's should basically be a freebie. What I don't want is I don't want to load in on Jad. I'd rather load in and then go straight into Jad once I feel ready for it. So I think single Jad is going to be no problem at all. Triple Jads I practiced a lot on the tournament worlds, but that was also like 6+ months ago. But I think I left a bunch of notes about it in my Discord, so I'm going to try to search those up, catch myself up on what's going on, and then I'll watch the exact video for Zuck a few times. I understand the premise of Zuck. Hide behind the shield, shoot him from behind the shield, kill the healers when they spawn. He's going to spawn majors and rangers that I have to deal with that are really annoying. Yeah, I think he spawns a Jad. Yeah. So this is by far the furthest I've ever gotten. And it's completely because of Absolute Unit and to some extent fast metabolism. I'm glad I went with the defensive setup here. I can sit behind a pillar and full heal in like a minute or so. I actually haven't had to use that. This is the first wave I've really significantly used it on. And I've got tons and tons of supplies, so it should be completely fine. Just sitting here trying to think what I want to do here. Yeah, let's get up to wave 65, trigger the log out, pause the recording, go watch a bunch of videos and read through Discord and do my best to prep. And then hopefully that'll be enough. I'm probably gonna have to recolor my tiles too. Maybe I'll do that on the log out, because some of these are supposed to be for Zuck, the ones on the back here. I just don't know which ones because all of my colors and labels got wiped out, and opacities. So maybe I'll use that opportunity just to kind of like calm my nerves. It'll probably be therapeutic to sit down after wave 65 and fix all these tile markers, so that'll be my plan for now. One thing I've noticed is that my defense is surprisingly high. And maybe this is why everyone was recommending bringing the crystal gear. Like, I still would have died without absolute unit, but I wasn't actually getting hit splats on me as much as I was expecting. Maybe sometimes it's okay to just, like, face tank one of them, you know, and then get your resources back by other means later. Inferno has been paused. You may log out. Okay. So I think I fixed the Zuck safe spots. Rather than log out, I am going to log out and like breathe and walk around and get a drink and stuff. But before I do any of that, I'm just going to make sure there's nothing else I have to mark or anything else that I need to explicitly set up here. So without watching the video, my understanding of these safe spots is that I need to stand behind the shield, and that these are the only spots where I can safely click Zuck without getting in trouble, basically. So I can stand here, click Zuck, stand here, click Zuck, run to here, click Zuck. I don't think I click from safe spot to safe spot. I think I just click to stay behind the shield as much as possible. But I probably want to be faced like this rather than like this, because I need to be able to pay attention to whatever mobs are spawning back here. And what I'm almost certain is going to happen is I'm going to get overwhelmed, and I'm not going to follow my rule for Jad, which is one thing at a time, and I'm going to try to like heal and attack and change prayers at the same time. I have this like completely irrational desire to like win on the first try, and I need to get over that right now. Like, I'm going to die. I just hope that in the process of dying that I learn something for next attempt is what I'm praying for here. So I'm going to try to stay on the map for a second. It'll just be a quick fast forward while I stand still, or maybe move back and forth a little bit to keep from getting disconnected. But I'm going to watch the exact guide here and see if there's anything that I want to say out loud or practice without anything being spawned, just to kind of get into the right brain space for it. Unfortunately, this is an 18-minute guide, so I'm not going to record me standing here. I'm just going to pause the live split timer and pause the recording, but I'll be back. Okay, hey folks, I'm back. I watched the exact video. I'm not going to say that I'm ready, but I feel better prepared. So I changed my tile markers, as you can see here. Let me walk through what's going on and kind of walk through my understanding of the fight. The yellow tiles are the safe spots. When we say safe spot, we just mean that Zuck attacks at a predictable interval such that I can always just move between these tiles. I can also just always stay with the shield and attack behind the shield, but before the healers spawn, it's just an easy way to kind of keep track of what you're doing. So my understanding is that the way the shield moves, once I'm over here, I should be able to attack Zuck twice. Then I should be able to kind of run here, attack once, and then while running to this safe spot, attack in the middle and just make sure I keep running immediately, attack once, get over here, and attack twice. So that part makes a decent amount of sense to me. Let me turn the music back on. It's because it was doubling up with the exact video. So I think I get that part. During the fight, sets are going to spawn. There's going to be a major and a ranger. And a lot of my fear about this was based on the assumption that I thought I had to kill both the major and ranger, but I don't think that's true. I think I only need to kill the ranger. I do need to kill the major for when Jads spawns, and there might be multiple majors depending on how bad I am. But in general, I get to just leave the major up, leave up Protect from Magic, and just try to kill the ranger as fast as possible to minimize incoming damage, which I guess is part of the reason why we optimize for range defense. So that part makes sense. So some of my other markers here, these red tiles represent dead zones where if I try to attack Jad from those tiles, it's going to drag me forward, which is bad. I don't trust my ability to manipulate that, so I've just marked those in red to try to tell myself don't try not to click from those tiles if you can help it. Try not to click Zuck from those tiles, I guess. The orange tiles that mark out of range, this means that I can't hit the further enemy from these tiles. So I think from here, if I recall correctly, this is out of range for the ranger. That's out of range. Let me change the label just so that I can keep track of it. Out of range, ranger. This one's out of range, major. So if I'm trying to take out the ranger and I end up all the way over here, I should just start hitting Zuck or the major, I think. And then once I get back here, I can start attacking the ranger again. This is specifically with the F bow, or the twisted bow. So those are my main markers. I know that at 600 health, the set spawn timer pauses. So I think the objective there is to give myself as much time as possible. I think I want to try to finish off a set like right after it spawns, is when the boss is close to 600 health, to pause the timer. And then 480 health is the Jad spawn. Jad's going to be annoying, but I think I can attack him from every tile. So as long as I just kind of focus on his deal, I might try to barrage his healers. It might just be safer for me to shoot them each manually and just try to focus on prayer as much as possible. Jad needs to die. We want to wait to trigger healers until we've just finished a set, I think, is the idea. And by finished the set, I mean killed the ranger from that set that just spawned. And then this H means that when I go to trigger the healers, I want to keep Zuck close to 240 health and then wait to trigger the healers until I cross over here. H for healers, because then I can hit Zuck once, 2-3 times, 4 times, and then be near a healer. And I might switch to the blowpipe for the healers, although I also might not because of like nerves and stress. Not having switches is going to help a little bit to be less stressed out with this fight. But I think the blowpipe is better because they're all close enough to it. And I learned that each of the healers cannot be attacked as they turn around to face away from healing the boss. So I have to tag each of them. I have to prioritize tagging them all first, and then I can start trying to kill them. I'm definitely going to die. I might even die to triple Jads, to be honest. It's been a while since I got that practice in, so I probably should just go ahead and start here. Let me see, do I have a heart rate monitor? I do. Just put that above the live split timer there. Plug it in. I don't do this very much on RuneScape anymore. Probably should have done it for those Chambers of Xeric speedruns. Alright. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the VOD here just so that the next VOD doesn't get fast forwarded, or I'll have the option to fast forward it. Okay, here we go. Sorry that this isn't going to be fast forwarded. Apparently the pillars can kill you here if you stand next to them. I didn't realize that they did damage when they collapsed, like Verzik. Oh shit, I got terrified. Didn't realize they could resurrect each other. I thought that was like Jad for a second, even though it doesn't make any sense. Probably need to mark the starting tile for Jad. I forgot to do that. Probably a mistake.
Hey, this is future Marstead overdubbing the video. Something about the software I was using totally fucked up the audio here, and it's like unlistenable. So I'm just going to overdub myself. I'm going to listen to what I originally said and just say it again with the better mic. I'll try to match my affect as much as possible and just playing the Inferno music in the background. Okay. All right, triple Jads, here we go. Oh my god. My phone is ringing. Somehow I was able to dismiss it without dying. Okay, I killed a Jad. Okay, 2 Jads down. Now I just have 1 regular Jad. Let's log out. I wasn't gonna log out, but I think I need to like breathe after this.
Okay, first time doing triple Jad. I don't want to stay on the map for long because if I do, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to go ahead and recharge prayer here, and I'm going to log out. Okay, I'm going to die. I need to just accept it. I'm going to die. I am going to die. Gonna die. I'm going to die. It's okay that I die. I am going to die. Gonna die. Gonna die to Zuck. Don't get excited and think I'm gonna beat it first try. I'm not. I'm gonna die. I need to learn the fight. Okay, here we go. Great power is starting to shake the cavern. Zuck's prison is breaking down. There's nothing I can do for you now. I wonder if it always moves you here at the start.
I remembered to hit both of them. waiting for his set to spawn, and it's absolutely killing me. I think I need to say screw it and start attacking him here. I haven't been seeing any mobs spawning. Alright, that was a big mistake waiting there, but it's okay. Main thing is I don't want to have ads while Jad is out, so 480 is the more important health number. Okay, there's Jad. Jad's down. Okay, gotta be careful getting the 240 here. It looks like my heart rate monitor is broken. I'm sure it's gonna like spike up here any second. Just need to kill rangers now. Don't need to kill majors at all. Glad I didn't do too much damage there. Okay. Shit. Accidentally clicked from the bad spot. Okay, we're alright. About to get healers now. This might literally give me a heart attack. Oh shit, there's another mage back there. No, it's gonna kill my... Please don't kill my... Oh no, it was going so well.
Still win via absolute unit now, but I learned something really important there about the second set, that I've been ignoring the mages, but I still have to hit the second. Oh my god. Holy shit. Ah! God. Oh, I didn't deserve that at all. Absolute unit completely saved the day. But I learned a really important lesson that would have been heartbreaking to learn on the live servers if I got that far. I forgot to tag the second major. Yeah, so I just ended up spam quaffing brews in the hope that he wasn't going to hit me for... I think his max hit is like a... It's something stupid. His max hit is a 251. So if he had hit that, if he hit anything over a 200, I would have died. Ooh, I'm shaking real bad. Heart rate monitor is definitely dead there. Jesus Christ. So people keep saying that Zuck's actually not that bad. And he's pretty bad. He's pretty hard. But I see what they mean when they say he's not that bad. He's not any more complicated than the corrupted Hunlef. And in fact, I think the Hunlef's actually a little bit more annoying in a lot of cases. This guy's more about just kind of nailing down what's supposed to happen in the fight. I really thought I was dead there when I fucked up that that second shield, or the second major. Like, I was like a tick off. If I'd hit him a tick sooner, the shield would have had at least like one hit point, and that would have carried me. But good lord, did I get spooned there at the end. Wow. Okay, let's equip this, please. All right, equip an Infernal Cape, 250 points. I definitely need those points real bad. And I'm going to go make an Infernal Max Cape, because why not? And then I am going to go lie down before I do anything else. I don't want you to have to watch me walk over and do this, so I'm going to split the recording one more time, and this will just be the one that doesn't get fast-forwarded. Hold on. Let me turn off this heart rate monitor. I think that definitely peaked as high as it has ever peaked. Oh my god, it got up to 195. Jesus Christ. Alright. So I still don't count that as having beaten it on the first try, because I basically cheated. I got really lucky and got hit by Zuck like 7 times, and did enough damage via absolute unit that it was enough to win, but good lord. I'm really glad I got a chance to do that. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a Slayer task for it and do it a few more times over the next week before the league ends. Maybe try to go for the kill it fast achievement. Maybe do the waves primarily with melee. But even just seeing it once, I think, has already taught me a bunch of really valuable lessons. I'll try to like write them down somewhere so that I can remember. I also got hit by Jad a couple times, and absolute unit saved me there. But that was just like total nerves. And one of my lessons was, if I'm panic brewing during Jad, I have to remember to super restore. I completely forgot to do that. Prolonged it for a long time. And nicely, that confirms for me that I didn't ever use the blowpipe. I never switched to it. It was completely fine with just the F-bow. I mean, obviously, I had Knife's Edge and double tap helping me, but really not that much, because I was mostly topped off during healers, or close to it. And I only had the level 1 double tap, so I think it would be fine without it. If you hand him it, he says, that's XP waste. That's funny. You will lose your Infernal Cape if you proceed. I already got my task completion for it, so that should be fine. Okay. Nice. That looks pretty awesome. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go lie down. I'm probably gonna... Since I was able to get the clear on the first run, I'm probably going to... I'm still going to do more Inferno, I promise, before I'm done. I don't know if I'm going to publish this whole thing as just a single episode. I guess I could. But I need to do more point stuff, because I want to be really securely in Dragon, and right now I don't feel like it's a particularly secure finish. Probably going to go for like 5,300 points, which should be pretty doable. So one of the things I do while I go lie down is figure out what I'm going to do to get points. But that was amazing. That was fun. I had a good time. I'm glad that I waited until I had this set up, because it's pretty close to what I'm going to have on the live servers. Equipment-wise, obviously, not fragments, but... And I've learned to just put this thing away. I do not need the blowpipe. So probably renew my motivation to keep doing Corrupted Gauntlet on my main. If I know the F-bow is going to work, that makes me feel a lot more confident with giving it a shot. And that was with Eagle Eye. I should not forget that I wasn't even using Rigor, which I have on the main. So we'll call that the finale of Shattered Relics, and then the rest of it's just going to be an epilogue. So everything else I upload after this point is just going to be me running around getting points, maybe practicing the Inferno a little bit more. I'll go ahead and record it, and I'll stitch it together, and I'll upload it. But this is what I set out to do 460 hours ago. And it's done. So, hallelujah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I just hope I can carry forward those lessons over to my main account. And I'm going to write down notes to myself now while they're fresh in my mind, just in case it's a while until I get to do it on my main, because it's probably going to be weeks, months, maybe even a year or so until I actually go to the trouble to finish getting the F-bow. Hey, that went way better, and also I didn't let the shield break, so I can feel a little bit better. I felt like I kind of cheated the last run because my hands are shaking, Jesus. I felt like I cheated the last run because in the last run I ended up winning due to absolute units saving my ass at the end. For like, I got hit like 7 consecutive times by Zuck, and he never hit a 200 plus did one-shot me. But that time I did it for real. I guess the only thing that significantly affected my DPS there, I think, was the Slayer helmet. I guess Knife's Edge probably helped a little bit. And of course, Absolute Unit made it easier, particularly the healers. I was getting fucking wrecked by damage from the healers during that whole thing, so doing it on the live servers without that's going to be hard. But that was super worth doing because I just got 375 league points. I got 250 for the speedrun achievement, speedrun league task. Also ended up finishing 3 Grandmaster tasks at once. Inferno Speedrunner, No Luck Required, Nibbler Chaser, and the Floor is Lava. which means I don't have to worry about Grandmaster achievements anymore because I think the next threshold is so high that I would have to like get a bunch of ridiculous God Wars Dungeon private instance ones that I'm not interested in. So yeah, bunch of league points. I feel much better about the Inferno now that I've shown that I can do it twice. I feel like I definitely learned something. I handled Zuck a lot better. I think that time, it's no luck required. Is that don't get hit by Jad or Zuck? Because if that's so, that's pretty cool. No luck required. Without being attacked by Zuck, without taking damage from a Jad. Yeah, cool. So that puts me deeper above the extrapolated, anticipated ending threshold for the league. I still want to get up to like 53k at least, if not a little bit higher. I wonder if I can gamble. God, it would be really cool to have the Inferno pet for future leagues, since I don't know that the Inferno is going to be realistic to attempt in every league. Let me look it up really quick. Yeah, it looks like I can trade it with this guy to try to get a Slayer task. Do not get the cape back. No Jal Nibrek for you. All right, well, it was worth a try. Super fun. Super fun. I need to take a break again, though, because that shit's stressful. And I didn't turn on the heart rate monitor that time because I figured it would be fast-forwarded, but it got pretty high still. Yeah, so that's... I feel much more enthused now about trying to get good at the Inferno, eventually get to doing it on the live servers, because my fear was that I keep hearing that the waves are harder than Triple Jads and Zuck, and I believed it, but it's like, once you've seen the waves, it's like, well, you know, the waves are something I'm familiar with. I actually haven't done Triple Jads and Zuck, so I can't really, like, say whether I feel that that's true or not, but now that I've done it, I get why people say that, and I feel confident that the waves are going to give me the big challenge. Leagues basically gives me a cheat code that lets me skip the waves or you know, do them in 40 minutes without really having any risk of anything going wrong. But at least now I know that I won't put in 3 hours of effort. I think that if I make it to Zuck with sufficient supplies on the live servers, I should be able to win. The reason I might die, I shouldn't die to Triple Jads, although you do take more damage from the healers when you aggro them. I shouldn't die to Zuck, although the thing that would kill me at Zuck would be Zuck's healers, because it looks like they hit really, really hard, and if I'm super focused on DPSing, I might lose track of what I'm doing and forget to brew. So I'll have to leave that in my notes to myself, is when you go to do Zuck on the live servers and you get to healers, like, have your brew tab open, and I probably do need to wait for the set to spawn. I didn't do it here on Leagues, but when the ranger spawned and was attacking me at the same time as the healers, that was, I would call that not great. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in a little bit. Bye, everybody. Okay, I'm back from coming down from the high of doing Inferno. Probably gonna want to do 3 more clears before the league is out. There's a task for it. It's only 125 points, but 3 hours for 125 points is actually looking kind of attractive now, horrifyingly. Hey, I'm back. It's still Sunday. I'm gonna go do my 1 Inferno clear here. Hopefully it'll just get fast forwarded. I don't have too much to add in. I might pop by when we get to Triple Jads again. Hooray! I did it. That's my 3rd Inferno clear. I'm gonna gamble the cape and see if we get a pet. Probably not, except that I won't get my cape back. Nope, no pet for me. That's fine though. I'm gonna do 2 more of those to get some points and to get some more practice to live servers. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Hey, good morning. It's another new day. It's Monday, March 14th. Pi Day. There's just today and tomorrow left, and I guess technically early Wednesday morning. It was nice to get another Inferno clear yesterday. I'm up to 3 clears. I'm feeling so confident with Zuck that I'm tempted to just try the Inferno on my live account without the F-bow and just bring the ACB and use it on long ranged. But I have a feeling that that absolute unit is doing a lot of heavy lifting in terms of making me feel confident. So, I am going to get 2 more clears, so I hope to do 1 more clear today. For now, though, I would like to take advantage of the fact that the league has absolute unit and rapid metabolism and infinite run energy and all of that in order to get better at the Hallowed Sepulchre. I still have a handful of points locked up behind it. Get some points from buying all of the rewards, potentially from getting closer to 25 mil agility XP, which I'm nowhere near close to. But anyway, my point is that I should probably learn the Sepulchre for the live servers and for future leagues. And now seems like a fine time to do it because there's a lot of points I could get from doing so. So I'm going to give that a try here in a second.
Getting a little bit better at the final objective. I think just doing this is probably the best way for me to learn, as opposed to trying to watch videos or something. That one, I almost passed it on my first attempt and then just died. Just fucked it up. So I'm still not anywhere near making it to the end. I'm not anywhere near making it to the end, like, with plenty of time remaining to loot the chest, but I'm going to stop looting the chest as soon as I have the ring and the 4 tools, I think. If the objective here is to make me feel more confident with trying this on the live servers, I think that's definitely happening. I'm not 92 agility yet on the live servers. I'm still working on that. But I feel like I'm getting a better handle on this now, even though I'm still not very good at it. Oh no, it's the symbol I want next to reduce the amount of vampire deaths I have to use. Okay. I think that this leaves a pretty small amount of content in the game that I haven't touched then. This was one of the last little things that they added to the game that just I never got over the initial engagement threshold, right? Learning how it worked. Alright, I only got to floor 4 on this one. There's still one trap that I don't think I understand, or at least the markers on it don't make sense to me. It's on the 4th floor. I don't get it all the time. Here's the hallowed hammer, so I should now have obtained every hallowed tool, 50 league points. Okay. There's a lot of time spent getting 50 points, but whatever. I'm trying to learn the content, so it feels like it's worth it. I'm going to do a couple more runs where I open coffins to try to get some seed marks for buying some of those tokens that increase the timer so I can get more chances at the Ring of Endurance. But then after that, I'm going to stop opening them at all. Hey, I might actually get a clear here. 19 seconds remaining. That's exciting. Hey, totally did. Cool. Practice makes perfect. Well, practice makes acceptable. Nowhere near perfect. You open the Grand Coffin once. Sandfew serums. Oh, and a bunch of hallowed marks. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else from here. Just the tokens, so I'll take those. Those don't stack. Interesting. Alright, we'll try to get a few more Grand Coffin opens here. Pretty sure this thing is boosted. Yeah, it's a 1 in 66 chance, which is not worth me spending a ton of time in here, but hey, wouldn't it be neat if we got it? Oops, made it the Grand Coffin again. Still not super clean, but better than before. So there's an achievement for getting it in 6.5 minutes? Are they serious? It seems... Well, I could stay here, or I could say I've learned what I'm going to learn, and I'm probably not going to get a sub 8 minute clear. Or at least the time required for me to get good enough to get a sub 8 minute clear is probably not worth the fact that only rewards 50 points. Which again, amusingly, getting a sub 8 minute clear is fewer points than just clearing it with no time limit. Alright, well, we'll deposit all this stuff, that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on my first of 2 Inferno runs for today. Alright, let's get Inferno clear number 1 out of the way. Should have done this yesterday, but timing didn't work out. That's complete, and amusingly, I got a combat fragment from Zuck? What? I feel like those should all be totally cleared out, right? Very strange. That's just a tier 4 fragment. Huh, it seems surprising that I haven't gotten another one of those to just normally drop from God of War's dungeon, but... So I need to do one more Inferno clear. No pet. Yeah, I feel I'm fine right now with the Inferno, so I kind of just want to wrap this up. I'm going to just do a second one back to back. I don't really need a break. My hand's not even shaking this time. I'm really glad we did this 5 times, or we're going to have done this 5 times by the end, because I think just doing it once, especially given that my first clear was super cheesy with absolute units saving the day, I would not have felt confident. Alright, we're on wave 66, so I just need to not choke now on my last Jad, triple Jad, and Zuck. And then I'll be done with the Inferno. Golly, it would be so cool if I got the pet to drop. It's such a low chance of it happening, though, that I'm not going to hold my breath. But wouldn't that be neat? Task complete. Complete the Inferno 5 times. Very nice. And for some reason, it gave me a combat fragment again. I wonder if that just broke. It's really weird. Okay, well, I'm glad that I did it 5 times. It wasn't so bad. Let's gamble this final cape here. No pet for me. Ah, well. Yeah, 1,017 tasks complete. Just shy of 54k points. As of right now, it's 12:46 p.m. Pacific time, on the Tuesday before league end, and it looks like you need about 51,600 to be in range, and I'm currently rank 720, so that's pretty decent. I might show off my high scores when I sign in tomorrow morning to confirm that I got it, or well, hopefully confirm that I got it. I guess it could still go really far south if a whole bunch of people
conspire to get a lot of points at the last second. But yeah, thanks. I'll see you in a few seconds to wrap up this playthrough. Bye. Hey everybody, they struggled a bit with the end of the league there, but we did land in Dragon. Somewhat comfortably in Dragon, but I'm glad that I went over the 52,300 estimate because it ended up being a little bit higher than that. But I'm just so glad that that's over. I was stressed out for the entire last 2 weeks there, staying in it. I don't think I will ever go for Dragon again, but let's go ahead and claim the trophy here. Shattered Relics, Dragon Trophy. Okay, cool. Great, that was super worth it. It does look pretty cool. I don't think it was actually worth it, but it looks pretty neat. Got a cosmetic that I'll never wear, but I guess there's a permanent record that I got there. I also ended up getting more points from that league alone than from, like, previous 2 leagues combined. Oh, I should have a rune trophy for Trailblazer. Oh, I guess it's because I've already taken it out. Okay, yeah, that's what's going on. I can store it here from wherever I have it deposited. Gotcha. Yeah, so I did Mithril and then Rune and this time Dragon. So that's cool. I am going to buy the other stuff here. We're going to get, let's see. I really like that teleport animation, so we'll buy that. And definitely want the Cannon kit and the Void kit. I'm not going to bother with the Mystic kit. I will get the Variety kit, though, for the Abyssal Tentacle. It's probably the only thing I'll use it on. Maybe a God Book, too. Earn the Incantation. Right-click Home Teleport. EX3. That's nice. All right, and let me apply these Orn kits and check them out real quick, and then we'll call it done here. Do I have my Elite Void in my bank? I haven't logged onto this account in a minute. I think it's in my house. Let me grab it real quick. I guess I can get my Tentacle Variety Ornament kits. That's pretty cool looking. Cannon I do have in my bank. Let's see if I can set that up somewhere here. Cannon looks pretty sweet, I gotta say. Big fan. All right, well, happy about the Cannon. Let's go get the Void, I guess. Crab walk you do with that thing was pretty funny looking. Is it? No, it's not just the helmet. Okay. So do Void, 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 and Void. Cool. Let me change the inventory tags on these. Mage, Melee, Ranger. I really like the look of the new Void. Big fan of that. So there's Mage, Melee, Ranger. I think they all look cool. Okay, so yeah, mark my words. Next league, I'll do Rune probably. Rune still seemed like a pretty significant amount of effort. That was still like 30k, 31k points or something ridiculous, which would have probably required still about 250 hours, but not 500 hours. But I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching this. I might post to this channel in Leagues 4. We'll see. I guess I was originally hoping that this channel would mostly only reach out to my existing audience from my main channel, but I think it's reached out to some other folks in the general RuneScape community. This content is deliberately lower effort than the stuff that I put on my main channel because I don't have time to edit it every day, so I use an automated tool to fast forward it. So thanks for bearing with me, and we'll see you next league. Bye, everybody. Oh, hey, before we actually close out, I forgot to do this. I wanted to show off the Hiscores since they get wiped once Leagues 4 starts. It doesn't matter, but, you know, it's neat, I guess. I didn't break the top 1,000 players or XP on anything except for crafting, thieving, and farming. Farming probably just because I hit farming so early and then did Hiscores for so long. Thieving because I went so dry on blood shards and crystal shards. And crafting, I have no idea. I guess people didn't want to craft, but that only took like an hour to get to 25 mil XP. Maybe everybody just like stopped flat at 25 mil and I kept going with dragon hides for a bit to try to get money. Ended up being rank 869, so more comfortable than I was worried I was going to end up being. I think it was like 1850 or something was the rank cutoff for dragon. I was one of the top players for Clue Scrolls for the entire league until the last week. Like everybody waited to do Clue Scrolls until the end, and now I got plunged quite a bit further down. Don't have any particularly exciting boss kill ranks. I was rank 2 Hiscores for almost the entire league. Somebody else was rank 1. I guess it must have been the first thing they unlocked, and then they ran Chrono Seeds the whole time. But once I got the bucket, I didn't care anymore. This isn't going to get recorded or matter in any way, so I just stopped. I was also rank 2 Mimic for a long time, but it looks like about bunch of other people beat me to that when they were working on Clue Scrolls. Not a lot of people did Zuck, I guess. Not a lot of people went over 250 kills on Seracnus. But the rest of this isn't super interesting, other than, I guess, the Hispori and Mimic kills and going so dry on thieving. So that's all. That's the actual end. Bye.
All right, that concludes my original blind old school RuneScape series. I finally published all of the videos that I had for this. Practically there, the last clip where I was playing regularly was in October of 2021. Of course, I checked in there for the Halloween event and later the Christmas event, but wasn't really playing the main account anymore because of checking out the group iron. And then the final clip was recorded in March of 2022. That's when I finished the Shattered Relics League, and as you saw from the sorted clips and from me getting Dragon, I basically did everything there was in the game at the time. So your question now, I'm sure, is what's next? There's been a ton of content that's been added between March 2022 and today, October 2025. People have been telling me that it's a golden age for old school RuneScape, that they've like really hammered down what they're doing with their design. They know exactly what they're up to, and all of the stuff they've released in the past 3 years has been incredible. So I really want to play it, but I don't want to resume on this account for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason is that this account is so far into the endgame, and what they've been doing, as I understand it, has been filling in all of the little mid-game progression gaps for an Iron Man, which is something that I really was hoping they were going to do when I made the video essay. So I'm really glad that they noticed that that was a strength of their game and decided to go back and do that. Even if it doesn't affect endgame players, I think having this awesome content web that's relevant through early to mid to late game is super duper cool. So the problem of continuing with this account is that it's so far into the end game that most of that mid game progression stuff isn't going to be relevant anymore. Like, I could do it for its own sake, but I'd like to do it in an environment where it would actually be relevant. So I'll give you a preview of the plan here. You saw towards the end of this video that I was starting to play Group Iron Man. I went crazy hard on Group Iron Man before the launch of Leagues 3. Ended up getting almost the quest cape. I did every quest in the game except for Night at the Theater at the time, and then didn't touch the account again for years. I did virtually no content on the Group Iron that I hadn't already seen on my main account, and it was at the quest cape minimum, but not much further than the quest cape minimum. So for the most part, it's a perfect account for the kind of mid-game activities that they've added since I stopped playing. I didn't record anything for the Group Iron, but I did collect automatic RuneLight screenshots for every conceivable relevant activity in my time playing it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do an episode 0 to introduce the new account to experience the new content, and kind of just do like a slideshow walking through what I did in the account in what order and why I was doing it in that order. In that episode 0 video, I'll also summarize what I accomplished on my main account here and what I haven't yet accomplished on the Group Iron, so you know what grinds I'm going to have to repeat. This is going to be really great for me because I've said repeatedly that I really regret not rolling as an Iron Man in the first place, and I think being a Group Iron is a perfect middle ground because I can still do group content with the people in my group, and if we have any kind of like RNG block, it's pretty unlikely that the RNG block is going to affect all of us. I haven't really substantially touched the account since Leagues 3, but Chaos Factor's been playing it pretty hard, and Trock recently got back into it. And we've got 2 other group members that I'll tell you about who haven't played in a bit. Obviously, I'm going to want to set some rules about like what stuff can I use that Chaos and Trock have farmed. It's going to be my preference that even though I'm going to have access to a group storage, I don't want to really take anything from the group storage unless if I've done a significant amount of that content. So it's kind of going to be similar to the Tin Man, right? But what I'll probably do is say that if I earned something legitimately on the main account, like if you saw it in this series, then it's fair game for me to take from the group storage. So like, for example, Chaos has already got a dragon pickaxe on that account. I got a dragon pickaxe legitimately on this main account, so I would be fine just using the dragon pickaxe from group storage. You've seen me do it. You've seen me earn it. There are like precious few items that would actually apply under this rule anyway, because most interesting items are untradeable in the first place, but I'll bring it up when we talk about the restrictions and the setup. I think it's going to be really cool though, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it because I think it'll put me at the perfect place progression-wise to pick up where I left off and check out everything that's new that's come out in the last 4 years or so. As far as when to expect that, I need to take a break. I've been doing weekly uploads for years at this point. I've either been putting out an RS3 video or an OSRS video every week for a long time, and I have to hunker down and finish the RS3 video essay. So I'm going to at least take a few months break from these Sunday uploads so that I can work on the essay. I might start recording and posting again once I have a little bit of a backlog. One thing I am going to start posting right away, though, starting on Sundays, is my Melvor Idol playthrough, which you may have already seen some episodes from on YouTube. If you don't know anything about Melvor Idol, it's basically RuneScape, like literally inspired by RuneScape. Jagex now publishes it. If you haven't played it before, the game fucks. It's super duper good. And in fact, once I finish the RS3 video essay, I might actually make a Melvor Idol video essay to say, like, hey, here's a game that actually develops on RuneScape's ideas in a bunch of cool ways. But if you haven't clicked on those Melvor Idol videos, I recommend you go back and watch episode 1, and then I'll be posting new episodes on Sundays until I run out of backlog. Those don't require any editing for me, I just kind of concatenate them together, so it should be much lower effort for me to do while working on the video essay. Thank you all so much for supporting me for this whole long period. I am excited to get the RS3 video essay out to you. It is going to be about RS3, but it's also going to be about old school, because I think looking at what's wrong with RS3 really highlights what's right about old school. So I think even if you're not a fan of RS3, you're going to enjoy it, and please look forward to it. Have a good rest of your 2025. I'll probably see you with new videos in 2026. See you later, everybody. Bye.